what should we do? All the jokes have become the news. Take the black pill they're prescribing you. Game over. Game over. Game over. Game over. There is nothing to say, nothing you can do. The government and media just lie to you. Sit back and laugh, it's overdue. Game over. Game over. Game over. Game over. The host is a cripple, he can't stand gravity or the man. Game over. Game over. Game over. Game over. The show is the chat Johnny doesn't understand. We don't care what he has planned. Game over. Game over. Game over. Game over.
Hey everybody, let's flip this over and boom. Welcome. We're gonna do a show today. Fiery Red saying, hey all. Kyle saying, Johnny. What's up everybody? Johnny, it's hot. Want to sweat together. This is Lab Glass. No, not really. Pope Elmo with $4. Thank you so much. Let me throw you a proper applause break, my friend, for that lovely support. And now I got to add that into the goal thing over here. We'll get to this in a second. Super awesome news today. Pope Elmo already jumping in, and automatic resubs on Twitch jumped in already today. So we'll add all that up going forward. Let's see, let's do some quick math that I saw. God, yeah, fucking there. All right, anyways, so yeah, here's the skinny. We had a goal knocked down to like $20 yesterday, right? And then we were like, yeah, we'll check on everything. We forgot to check at the end of the show. We checked at the end of the show, and our goal knocked out almost everything for today from Rumble with the buyout we got. And the chunk that was left got knocked out by Twitch. So our goal is $5 into tomorrow and fucking kicking. Thank you. Thank you so much. Mwah. I love you. So we're already 5 into tomorrow. Everything that happens today just kind of rolls into tomorrow. We get through as much of it or all of it, and then it just goes on to Thursday. So it's awesome. I appreciate that. Thank you very, very much. Rusty Graham, yeah, it's fucking brutal outside, brother. Dude, this is one of the few times that I am glad I'm in a basement right now. Like, it was not fun yesterday, and if it's worse today, I don't want to know. I don't want to experience that. I am not leaving my house. Good afternoon, everyone. It's raining here like an MFer. Well, Mr. Q, if that's true, then I'm sure the temperatures are dropping for you. At least I would hope. What did I do? Why? Thank you, Fettuccine El Poo-Poo, for the sticker and the 100 bits. I really appreciate it. Those stickers, the hype train, all that. Ticked in a nice chunk. We did bing, bang, boom, and we're out. So it's wonderful. Thank you. Thank you so much. We got our YouTube payouts. YouTube's a little behind on how I'm still figuring out the math of that. But you know what? I'm sure we'll be fine. It's not like it's a big deal. You know, there's a lot of it's direct. So fuck it. Anyways, so yes, thank you very, very much for that. Yeah, nice little Rumble buyout combined with the huge hype train not huge, but good hype train that we had yesterday. Fucking bam, right to $5 on tomorrow's goal. Math boo, says Brian Science. Well, math happens. Yesterday was nothing compared to today, Not even close. Heat index is approaching 100. We cannot be in the same area, Rusty Kramer. Yeah, mine does not say that at all. Mine, honestly, my phone telling me what the temp is says 84. And I'm going to be honest, I feel like that's pretty legit. It could be wrong. I'm not going to test it. I have zero plans to go anywhere. In fact, I arranged for my let's say my Sunday showing that I'll be doing. I arranged for a product to be on hand. 84 feels like 89, says Brian. Well, that still could suck. It was too warm for us to pull carrots overnight last night. Anything over 72. You can't pull carrots in hot weather. Is hot AF out in Maple Grove area, Johnny, says Fiery Red Podcast. I don't doubt that it's fucking hot and it's warm. I haven't heard the AC kick on at all. I mean, down here, it's really hard to tell when it's hot outside because we're down here. It's a nice place. When you leave it, it's like jet lag. You just start feeling shitty. You're like, wait a minute, what? Why is that a thing? Did you want a nap? Now I'm doing it. Fuck. All right, let's load our first hour stories. Yes, Digger isn't with us today, but she did have a wonderful time yesterday on this program and on her show on her birthday. And I want to say she was very happy and tried to respond to people. But either way, thank you, everyone that threw her money directly to her buy me a coffee. That was super awesome of y'all, and I appreciate it. We've got a bunch of different stories from leftover stuff last week. Yeah, there we go. That can't be. Is that all 6? Yeah. And then we've got, or not last week, from yesterday's show, I mean. And then we've got a bunch of our second hour stuff and things that we'll be getting into. There is an interesting video. I would kind of like to watch it and like timestamp it because it's like a half hour long. But there's an interesting video about Return to the Land, the group making a whites-only community in Arkansas. And I kind of want to save it for tomorrow already because I was talking about it with Digger, and she and I both had different opinions here and there about things, but she brought up a point that this isn't the only one of these to exist. I mean, maybe the only one for whites, but so it's interesting the way the story is presented right out the get for this community and the way and there's interesting follows up. No goal tomorrow. Woohoo, says Storm Chasing Cody. Thank you very much for that. So that means with the A plus B equals C, that's 10 already off tomorrow's goal. So we're already down to 50 for tomorrow. Off of you guys right there. Thank you so much. That's fucking super duper awesome. Let me favorite that. Thank you. You guys are great. And thank you, Pope Elmo. First super chat on a live stream. I'm honored. It's nice of you. Pope Elmo the first. You know, a lot of people say Pope Elmo isn't his own pope, that he's a puppet pope being operated by big Catholicism, and that they have got their hand firmly up his ass and they're making him dance to his tune. But I say, fuck them. I trust Pope Elmo. Wasn't Pope Elmo the one who asked to release the Epstein files? That's the same one, right? Anyways, we have that. We have people being amazed by fire ants. This is a thing I've known about, but I guess Texans were shaken as this was a thing. Digger jumping in the chat saying, "Hiya, kids. YouTube took forever to open the chat. LOLs." Well, Brian, whites only. How do I join? Sounds peaceful. Well, that's kind of the problem. I don't think they allow anyone other than, like, you have to be proven American white. American white man moving next to me. Up in property values. far as I can see. Like, no, it's not. But there is good news. There is a community in Georgia that would probably welcome you with open arms. Well, we'll look into it and maybe do a proper deep dive tomorrow. If Hulk Hogan's reportedly on his deathbed, can't speak anymore, and is in his bed, unable to move. Hope he gets better, says St. Caesar. Well, I certainly hope he gets better. I don't remember the last time we saw the Hulkster. I will say this. Isn't he kind of getting up there in age for a professional wrestler, a lifelong professional wrestler? Like, I certainly hope he's okay. But if he's in a bed, unable to move and unable to speak, generally bad signs. Let's just go with that. I've been immobilized, but every time I've been immobilized, I was afforded the blessing and virtue of bitching like a little whiny girl because I couldn't fucking move. It ended a friendship of mine. It's been a thing for me. So I certainly would not envy what the alleged position of it is. That is interesting enough, though. Because even if you're not a wrestling fan, anyone who grew up watching, as some would say, schlocky, cheesy.
Sure about that? You sure about that?
Yeah, no, like if you grew up watching late 80s cheese movies, like fucking early 90s, late 80s, like Suburban Commando, I'm sorry. If you do not love Suburban Commando, there's just something wrong with you. It's just a great goddamn movie. So we want to look up Hulk Hogan. Hulk Hogan news. Oh, Hulk Hogan health. There certainly seems to be a lot to this. There's already Fox Nation acquires TV rights to Hulk Hogan and Eric Bischoff's new wrestling. Yeah, I don't give a shit about that. Hulk Hogan, Eric Bischoff. Hulk Hogan health update as Pal says he can't speak after Let's see what this says. Hulk Hogan health update as Pal says he can't speak after adverse reaction to surgery. The Hulkster, who was hospitalized last month, is said to have been transported home from hospital after an adverse reaction after undergoing cervical surgery. Surgery. He is said to be unable to speak. Wrestling legend Hulk Hogan supposedly can't speak and is being monitored at home by medical staff after having a bad reaction to surgery, it has been claimed. The Hulkster, who was hospitalized last month, is said to have been transported home from hospital after an adverse reaction to cervical surgery. Right, we're repeating what we said, but let's find out. But ex-manager and longtime pal Jimmy Hart has reportedly said that the WWE Hall of Famer 71 is unable to talk. On an episode of ex-pal Bubba the Love Sponge's YouTube channel, co-host Lummy claimed he was told by Hart that Hogan's not doing well and he can't speak, end quote. Or wait, no, his trachea or whatever was damaged and he's having problems and it doesn't look good. It does not look at all. It means it does not look good at all. Bubba, who was once sued by Hogan for the sex tapes, right, told the channel he had heard from a hospital security guard. He was transported to his house, but he's still in his hospital bed. It's just like he's at the hospital. They've gone as far as they can go at the hospital now. They're keeping him comfortable at his house in a hospital bed. He added, he's not in such dire need that he needs to be in close proximity to an emergency facility. He's stable enough to be at home, but, rather than just be sitting there here getting bed sores and muscle atrophy at Morton Plant. I can at least be at home. Get doctors and nurses to swing by my place to continue to check up on me. But I've been told that that's where he's at now, and the security guard said the measures that they went to make sure nobody saw him transported in an ambulance to his home was like Michael Jackson type stuff. He claimed Hogan was transported in the middle of the night with 2 different unmarked ambulances, followed by an escort vehicle. It comes after a longtime friend, Eric Bischoff, said in a statement, Hulk Hogan had a very successful cervical surgery and is experiencing some adverse reaction. Cervical spine? You can't speak, though, like... but we know that's wrong. No, cervical surgery. I'm guessing it's cervical spine, which is in, like, the lower spinal region. Do men have cervixes? My wife bitches when I hit hers too hard. Brian the Science saying last night was great fun. I hope you had a great B-Day. Yeah, he had spinal surgery. Why do they have to add to it? Men don't have a cervix. Not his cervix, his cervical spine. But they keep referring to it as cervical surgery. Surgery. Let's see. Last month, Bubba claimed Hogan was on his deathbed and that his family members been called in to say their last goodbyes. All right. Well, I certainly hope he recovers. He is an older man, which makes recovering from everything just more difficult. I wish him a swift and speedy recovery with what he's going through. Hogan has had like 15 spinal surgeries from all the leg drops. Yeah, it turns out jumping from various heights to land solely on your fucking tailbone, not good, you know? Not good. Impacts the vertebrae. But I'll say this, motherfucker never gave up the leg drop, didn't come up with a new Hulkster move. No, just kept the leg drop and said, fuck it. We're riding this train till I'm 5 inches shorter and I can't walk anymore. Be a man, Hogan. Hey, Rusty Grammar. Brian Science, I had a great time. Thanks to you and Rosie for celebrating with me. Yeah, Brian, it was fun to hang out with you guys, and I was really glad y'all came out and hung out. I would admit, though, if I could, just a critique, you know, a soupçon of criticism. Maybe none of the feet pics I could do without. Well, actually, here, let's even we'll give you some space. No more feet pics of me. Like I could do without those. I don't need those pictures in any way, shape, or form. So if we could just, you know, ditch that, I think we'd be, you know, fucking aces. But we'll see what the fuck happens. So we have a couple of different things to talk about and get into today. 103, where I live at. Fuck, Mr. Squatch. Ow. Is that like with humidity? I feel like a dry heat, for me personally, would be way better because like the sweat would evaporate in a dry heat. Wouldn't it? Like you start perspiring, it would evaporate and you would kind of cool a little bit. LMAO, that was hilarious. You're like Stretch Armstrong, Johnny. What? What are you talking about? Because what did I do? I have no, what's going on? Digger, what are you talking about? What? I don't know. Hi, Johnny, says Phil Smalls. Good to see you, Phil Smalls. Welcome to the show. We have all three chats up. If you say it over here, we'll see it. We'll get to it if we feel like it. Ric Flair might as well put a black robe on and use an axe to become death. He's going to outlive all the wrestlers. I am going to say Ric Flair outliving Hulk Hogan is a little bit of a surprise. But it'll be more surprising if he starts outliving the younger generation that I came to know. Like if we start losing a lot of them, He's already outlived a fucking fair number of them. Fuck, actually, shit. Let's go down the list. Chris Benoit. Fucking Garrett. What was his fucking? I fucking don't remember. But yeah, that guy. Shit, man. Death just can't get the nature boy. I'm not gonna. You know what? I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna be that guy, even though I do know that one character just because of the whoo, like the thing all the time. Yeah, you just have fun with it. Ozzy dying is newsy. Mr. Q Owen Hart. No, I'm trying to think of fuck, I can't remember his name. Guerrero? Was his last name? Eddie Guerrero. Thank you. Eddie Guerrero, Chris Benoit. Wait a minute. Steve McMichael. I was going to say. Dusty Rhodes. Right. There's a list, and it's growing. It's sad that it's growing, but it's growing. And a lot of people, it's just good to have positive traction sometimes. It's true way up north where the temps are a little, it helps. It still sucks. Unless you're in a boat under the shade and moving at least 20 to 30 miles per hour. The second you stop the boat with no shade, it's back to floating hell, says Rusty Grammer. Water temp under 80 degrees. You are not experiencing a heat wave. Right, I feel like can't get in the water for a bit. Small lakes are around 83. The really big ones are around 79 to 80 at the surface. But Lake Superior never gets above 76 to 77. Right, if you're up on the North Shore area, like right now with the heat and everything, you're like, finally, we can go in the water and not freeze our balls off. But, it takes a different kind up there. I don't want to be one of those. That's where I'm going to end up I'll find like the perfect place. It's super cheap. We can make everything work, and you just have to move 5 hours away from your daughter to live on the fucking North Shore. Ooh, boy. You'll even get a fucking Lakeview. Don't want one, but you're getting a Lakeview. Fuck. Razor Ramon. Oh, Jesus. Stop reminding me. I hate how many of these names I'm actually recognizing. Ozzy Osbourne has died, Johnny on Twitter. No, I never said that. Ozzy Osbourne died? When did that happen? Ric Flair ain't gonna outlive the Samoan wrestling family. They can't stop making kids. Think positive. What about all of the potential wrestlers born today? Well, I don't think he's gonna outlive those. At a certain point, you feel like, regardless of it, just like the age, the drugs, the life, all of it added together, like he should just literally fall apart as a human being. Like, did you ever see Deadpool and Wolverine where she zapped the skin off of Johnny Storm there and his skeleton just fell to the ground? Yeah, that's what's going down. Pope Elmo, just now I've been trying to tell you. Oh, shit, really? Now I gotta check Ozzy Osbourne? Ozzy Osbourne. Yep, Ozzy Osbourne death. Singer dies aged 76, just weeks after the farewell. Rock legend Ozzy Osbourne is dead. Black Sabbath singer dies at 76, weeks after touching final show. I'm going through changes. Known as the Prince of Darkness, Ozzy Osbourne's career spanned over 5 decades. All right, so what happened to it? Ozzy Osbourne has died after a battle with Parkinson's. Oh, dear Lord. I'm going to say this. I grew up watching the Osbourne show thing or whatever. Like, his son actually looks like he turned out all right. He lost the weight. He kind of trimmed up a bit. It was nice. His daughter Kelly revealed she's engaged to her boyfriend Sid Wilson at Ozzy's last show. Yeah, great. Don't know who that is. Nor do I care. But yeah, that is sad to lose Ozzy Osbourne. I guess we're not getting another farewell tour out of him. Shit. Gonna have to return those tickets. Johnny A. Sharon finally put him in the grave. That is a weird one because, like, didn't they had a tumultuous relationship, right? Like, they were on again, off again constantly. It's funny to think that's the thing now. Just automatically off for the rest of it. News, UK story, Ozzy Osbourne dies. Digger saying, I didn't believe you. There's been so many hoaxes about him. I mean, I get told different people die all the time just to go look it up. So I've just learned to take any information I get with a healthy spoonful of skepticism. Just a spoonful of skepticism helps the rumor go down in the most impactful way. So it just, it was worth checking. But yeah, you were absolutely right. I will admit that. Wow, that's something. What's something? That Ozzy's gone? Be funny if Ozzy left the money to the pets. Oh, dude, would that be hilarious? The whole family's fucked, but there's a corgi that owns everything? Awesome. I mean, sad for them as people, yes, but objectively funny overall. I would laugh my ass off at that. That'd be funny. I'd enjoy that. I think you would too. Be funny. Wow, that sucks ass. Sure, not very surprising, but it breaks my wee blackened heart. I'll say, as someone who's liked a lot of Ozzy Osbourne's songs, like not just, like I said, I was singing Changes a minute ago. It is sad. It's not. But I'll be honest. I feel like shit. Now I'm losing his name. Chris Cornell. I feel like Chris Cornell hit me harder than this one. Just because there was an unexpectedness to it. Same, I would say, with Chester Bennington of Linkin Park. But yeah, this is like that. It's sad. That's not a performer we're going to see again. I saw him like 4 times live, says Sandy Squatch. Usually the hoax is your death, Johnny, says Boomer Bob. What? T. Jefferson, Godspeed Ozzy. Yes, it is very sad, and I hope he's in a better place now. I just told the contractors working on my fume hoods about Ozzy, and one almost fell off the 8-foot ladder. Yeah, dude, I'll say this, though. I was upset with Chris Cornell, Chester Bennington. I feel like the world as a whole will be more touched by this one. It's a lot harder because he did the reality show and everything. It's a lot harder to just breeze by that. A lot more people who maybe never listened to to have, what was it? It wasn't Iron, Black Sabbath. Fuck, I was about to say Iron Maiden. Fucking cunt. But yeah, so he shit on all of his bandmates. I know. I think you mean all of, and that's fine. The bands often have tension. So I mean, fucking Metallica. Anyways, so bands often have tension and friction. That's one thing. I'm not going to get in the middle of the stuff I don't personally know. They all made a fuck ton of money if they're. But I love the way you wrote it, and it almost looked like you said he shit on a loaf, his bandmates, and I'm like, what? His bandmates ate? He shit on a loaf of bread and he served it to him. That's some weird kind of like gross, but also Hannibal Lecter like impressive shit. Like, I fed you your own feces. How do you feel? Like, it just. I went to Ozfest for 6 years running, saw him with Sabbath. He was my teens and 20s. Yeah, so it's a very large defining part of your personality that you'll have to make peace with has reached its full-on conclusion. We were just watching the Osbournes at my bros on my B-Day 2 weeks ago, says Ashley. That is sad then. Like, it'll feel even more real for you. A lot of. Yeah. Oh, a lot of. Not all of. A lot of. Subtle difference in the spelling. I still like a loaf. He shit on a loaf. I got Blizzard of Oz in my Christmas stocking when I was 11, LOL. Well, then you've been in it for a while. I'm 54 and a huge metalhead. Ozzy has been in my life for its entirety. My first concert ever was Ozzy, 1986. Yeah, I feel like Boomer Bob, it's gonna hit you hard. So I'm sorry, and I hope you do all right with that. It is again, it is breaking news. I need to get a. Oh wait, hold on. I got one for this. It's breaking news. Ozzy Osbourne has passed away. So we lost Theo Huxtable, and then the next day Ozzy's out, and rumors Hogan's not far behind. This is turning into a horrible week for my childhood heroes. You want to? Let's be honest. I lost my best childhood black friend. I lost one of my favorite, I'll be honest, I was always like, and I'm not being elitist or anything, just age thing. It's always more Metallica than like Iron Maiden and Black Sabbath and Megadeth. Like those bands are great. I got no problems. I like a lot of their stuff. I just like, especially younger. Like when I was younger, it was the goddamn fucking Justice for All and what was the end? Is that just the Black album? But fucking those two were just repeat. So Hogan, Ozzy could have a cage match in heaven. Why? Sorry to rail there, Johnny. Yeah, got it. You got it, man. That's a big chunk of time to settle. Right. It's a big part of your life. And even though it's not like, and I'm not trying to be a piece of shit when I say this, even though it's not like we were expecting Ozzy to release his newest hit and his greatest work now. It's just, no, that's a piece of me that once was alive, now is dead. It's just, there's no reconciling that. Oh God, it's fucking getting around. 10 minutes ago, I just got messaged by Ivy's mom saying Ozzy Osbourne just died. Replying, thank you. We're talking about that now, actually. Thank you. We are talking about it now. So it is, again, I just, oh man, it's gonna be one of those where I'm like, it's hard to hit. You know what one, fuck, I'm forgetting his name because I'm horrible with names, but the original, like, I think he was drummer and backup singer for Avenged Sevenfold. Like, him passing away was spooky. But yeah, he passed away. That one was rough. The fucking damn, man. Like, I just, my heart goes out to everybody that is affected by this. That's one of the weird things with a personality like Ozzy Osbourne. He became such a big, huge personality in music and on reality TV that it's just people who never ever knew him. He never met him. He doesn't know about their existence. Fucking, they're hurt by this. It's you know, it's a loss. There's a weird connection that people get as audience members, and I'm not immune to it either. It happens to me too. And so when that's gone, again, like, it's just like I said with the actor that played Theo Huxtable, it's like I lost my childhood black friend. The guy, like I said, we grew up watching him grow up. So it's like I didn't know the guy, but in a way, like, the fucking character he played and all that was such a huge part of my thing. I can understand that he's not that character, but him being gone in a way is like losing it. It's just fuck. Guitarist for All That Remains death was creepy. I don't know about that one, Boomer Bob. He did pee on the Alamo while wearing one of Sharon's dresses. That just sounds funny. Disrespectful? Yes. But objectively funny. Driveway Junkie afternoon Driveway Junkie. If you're just joining us, the horrible news that the world will never again be delighted by the likes of Ozzy Osbourne has started circulating. He passed away at 76. I will say, for someone who's lived the life he has, that is a remarkably good long run. Was it like him and Keith Richards and that's it? But yeah, it's good for him to have lost a battle with Parkinson's. That's terribly sad. Kyle saying Cardi B is still alive. At least there's that. I would say that's a neutral factor in my life. My life is not adversely benefited or affected by the existence of Cardi B. Like, I'm fine with her. Be it like we literally, like, it's just oil and water. We just don't mix no matter what. Like, it just doesn't really matter. Ozzy is dead. Damn, says St. Aaron. Yeah. He had a good run, except them kids. Fallen the Great. Are we talking the breaking news that Ozzy died? Yeah, we're kind of on that a bit. She would hide his clothes so she could keep him in the hotel. So he found a way around it, and he had no idea it was the Alamo. He was just drunk in an alley and needed to pee. Yeah, I don't think it was necessarily a political statement. I kind of assumed it had something to do with booze and or drugs, and it was just and we're here and we're peeing, and they're like, hey, you know, that's the Alamo you're leaking on right now. Remember the Alamo! Somebody smell asparagus? Fuck it. Oh, did somebody walk a dog here? This is fucking disgusting. Like, yeah, no, I kind of figured. King Kong Dong, if Hulk dies, I might cry. Dude, if Hulk dies, I bet you Aaron might cry. I would not be surprised for a second to hear Aaron getting all teary-eyed about the Hulkster dying. I don't know if he went to the Hulkster's scuba shop when he was in Florida, and the time frame of that might be after this whole surgery thing anyway, so maybe they never would have crossed paths. But I know this, if he met him in person and he's gone, like, Aaron's out. So it's a shame we can't have an Ozzy tribute show for the... Yeah, that'd be great, but I'd get fucking popped left, right, and sideways. I will cry when Willie Nelson dies, and I'm not even the world's biggest Willie fan. I'll cry when Willie Nelson dies because he is the beacon of hope that we potheads hold on to, that somehow this plant is miraculous and magical and somehow the fountain of youth. Like, everybody says no, but I'm going to prove them wrong. Also, here's for you, Ozzy. R.I.P., my friend. A moment of silence. Von Hayes, Johnny, you cry when you spill your water. No. You see, you're half right on that. I cried one time when I spilt my water, but the reason was because I, once again, fell over my legs. I understand you don't live it, so you don't get it, Von Hayes. It's when your body, like, isn't, like, again, when you're a prisoner in your own body, and a part of it, like, actively fights you. And I was emotional at the time, and yeah, I spilled my water. Like, good for you. But again, it wasn't the water spilling. It was the water spilt. It has fucking food coloring dye bullshit in it, which is still in that fucking carpet. We're going to try to hit that with the cleaner again. I was in the middle of doing a show. I got up to get that water. All the water's gone. I've got to fucking get back here, do a show, clean up that mess, clean up aisle 3, and the entire event has now become null and void because the water I got up to get spilled everywhere. And it comes back to, again, if only my stupid, fucking, stilty, spazzy, linguine noodle legs would make up their mind and let me have some sort of semblance of control. But Mersh had a lot to say about you the other night. None of it nice. Yeah, of course he has a lot to say. He'd hop in his car and come find... Oh, wait. Shit. No, he won't. You know what? Let him say whatever he wants. The dude's car got repoed live on air. He's a googly-eyed fuck. You know what? Let him have it. Let him have it. You know what? He doesn't get a lot of wins. Let him have it. He takes a lot of pride in making you cry that one time. And again, that's where of course he does, because he knows it's not going to happen again because I just think he's a piece of shit. And also, yeah, if your life was as shitty as his, wouldn't you take pride in anyone else having a bad day? I guess so. I mean, my life is shitty. I don't take pride in other people having a bad day. Maybe he just doesn't have any empathy. I thought so, but it doesn't really matter. Doom Mersh is often full of negativity. It's not terribly surprising. Yeah, I also stopped hating Mersh just because hating is not worth my time, but I did find it rich that Mersh would tell anyone to get a job. Being his uncle cum slut is not a job. Kyle asking, can a wheelchair even get repoed? Yes, it can in the beautiful world of America. Hold on. Where's my applause button? It certainly can, sir. It can get repoed in America. Oh, fuck it. It's too late now. Mine won't. Mine's all paid for. But my wheelchair's all paid for. And get this, as long as either this keeps afloat or I get work to replace the income that this would be if I lost it, I'm like 4 months from my car being paid off. And then it'll never get repoed. Mersh was suggesting you stream more often. Let's see, I do 2 shows for Aaron. I do 5 shows a week for myself. That's 7. I need to stream more. I've been jumping in on Diggers on Monday. That's 3 in one day. Why would I want to stream more often? Is being molested as a child funny to you, Johnny? No, it isn't. I wouldn't say that it is. I don't know why you'd be asking me that. I have nothing to do with such actions. I've actually decried it when I've done. So my wheelchair is not my wheelchair. I bought mine off Amazon, says Saint Caesar. Yeah, fucking, what are you going to do? Do you have a wheelchair shield in case it breaks down? I don't think most wheelchairs don't break down. Why would I get wheelchair? Paying off a 98 Pontiac Sunfire ain't a flex, Johnny. No, Kyle, I'm paying off a 2017 Ford Flex. I will have paid over... You know what? I'm not going to say what I paid for it, but it's not like I'm not living large, but I'm not getting my car repoed, I think was the point. And when we're comparing, I guess, because some idiots want to, me to Mersh, that was the comparison I was making. I'm going to pay off my car pretty soon. His got repoed. Like, thank you, St. Herman. Johnny's wheels better be pimped out. Nah. Von Hayes, please bring up a 2017 Ford Flex on the screen. Nah, we were talking about Ozzy, and then it's this weird tangent. Because if you worked more, you wouldn't have to beg for money. If I worked more, like if I do even more shows, I don't. The begging for money to move thing was because I used to work more and my body gave out. Yeah, I'm done explaining it. Here's what I'm gonna say about the whole thing. I didn't really want to go on that tangent. We did, and Mersh is allowed to have his opinion. Mersh was wondering if you had 1 or 2 litter boxes. Around this house, we have way more than 2. There's multiple floors, and there's 4 cats. So we have more than 4 litter boxes. Mersh is still here, and Ozzy isn't. Something is wrong here, says St. Caesar. Ever see that guy in a wheelchair on the Half Pipe stream? Crazy stuff. Cool, thank you. R.I.P. Ozzy. I just reported he died. Yeah, P.A. Cheddar, it is sad that... I guess, like, I'm using this, like, to help with the MS. I could give this up right now, and then I simply buy a whole, a whole shit ton of other drugs. I stopped doing baclofen because I don't need to, You know what? If you don't like it, too fucking bad, Von Hayes. So how about we have that? Quit pussing, please. There's no need. LOL, Freudian slip. I mean, kind of. He is being a pussy. Just, I want to stop and move on and do my actual show stuff. If you don't want to do that, that's fine. Freudian, nope, just my awful typing, says Digger. How many cats in one home is too many? It depends on the size of the house. This house is more than big enough for 4 cats. I'd say it depends entirely on the size of the living space. Anyways, 2 of the cats aren't even mine, so when I move, I'll only have 2. Let's go. Where were we? Boop, 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 boop. We've got that story. Cardi B being alive still is the real tragedy. Why AP? Nowhere near the same lifespan. Digger is going to beat off. Kyle, that is a poor choice of words. Oh, Kyle. Poor choice of words indeed. Oh. Anyways, so as we said, all right. So this next one that we have here, this is a road rage incident. I never would have believed. Did we have the actual news story thing? No, it's just memes. All right. So memes of it. We'll talk about it then, really, really quick. Apparently, a Florida woman was driving along when a chicken stepped out in front of her car to cross the road. While she waited for the chicken to make its way across, the car behind her started honking impatiently. She ignored them. Just as the chicken passed the halfway point, the car behind her sped into the other lane and immediately ran over the chicken. After witnessing the first vehicle, she decided to follow. Sosa told the police she followed DeMiller's car because she was angry that DeMiller had allegedly killed a chicken. She said she wanted to teach DeMiller a lesson. And to teach her a lesson, she followed her, jumped out of the car, forced open DeMiller's car door, and sprayed her in the face with bear mace. She maced the chick because the chicken got ran over. Oh, come on. Really? Cool. Florida woman content. Hey, you know what? Well, here, I got an idea for you. Since you're so above this, how about we do that? It's that easy. You don't have to be here. I love that, I do this because this is easier than working an actual job. Like, you could go get a real job. Yes, you don't understand what physical disability means. So I'm going to do this because I have the stuff and I can until it doesn't work. And then I will go find a real job. It's called path of least physical annoyance. I don't know. Vaughn got 162 game suspensions. This balls deep. Justice for Clucky. Yeah, the internet is very on this lady's side, by the way. And cool Florida woman content. Well, you know what we do, and it's not the bullshit gay ops that you want. So you're welcome to go. It's just a thing. So Sosa told the police she followed DeMiller's car because she was angry. Yeah. Back to what I was saying. Perella Vidor DeMiller. What the fuck kind of Perella Vidor? That almost sounds like Cruella de Vil. That doesn't help you. Thank you, St. Taran. Certainly don't send in Von Hayes spite support in any way, shape, or form. That would be mean of you. But yes, Perilla Vidor DeMiller. It sounds like Cruella de Vil. So it's just like, no. The lady who sped around the car that was stopped in front of her performed a quasi-illegal pass and also simultaneously murdered a chicken. Kind of Cruella de Vil. You have a villain's name almost. It's a little troublesome. Now look, if your name were Jesus or Jesus, we'd be having a different conversation. But Perella
Chicken, banana.
Thank you, Fettuccine El Poo-Poo. Perella Vidor DeMiller and Shirley Coleman told police they were on their way to pick up DeMiller's child from daycare when a black car blocked the road on Petronia Street. DeMiller reportedly honked to try and get around the black car and then passed it. While continuing to her destination, she noticed the black car following her. Yeah, because again, you road pizzaed her chicken. She had a vested interest in finding out why the fuck it was going to cross the road, and you ended that discussion. $5. Fred McGriff got more pussy than Von Hayes. Thank you. Thank you, Balls Deep. That is very lovely of you. Let's throw that up on the old ticker. Well, we never fixed that from before, but now that's still just accurate. All right. That's what we'll do there. All right. It crossed the road to die. Crack and slap it. No, it didn't even cross the road. It contemplated crossing the road. It started crossing the road. It got killed halfway because it was too tentative. This is a chicken that died from pussyitis. If it would have fucking manned the hell up and cocked its ass across the road, it'd still be alive today. Because keep in mind, she sped around because she got annoyed that the car stopped. Like, I have to go pick up my child. And so she did that. Sped around, didn't even hear the thump. It'd be really funny if the chicken made it through this unscathed. Like somehow she didn't hit the chicken at all and the lady just overreacted. But that doesn't seem like the case. Wait a minute. Perella de Village, Shirley, police, they were on their way, blah, blah. Notice the lack of a chicken in this version of the story. After that, it's pretty much the same. But from DeMiller and Coleman's perspective, Sosa was less chicken avenger and more crazy bear spray lady. Either way, the police saw her as a criminal, and Sosa was charged with 2 counts of aggravated battery and 1 count of burglary and assault or battery. The report doesn't say what the burglary charge was, but presumably it was stealing people's hearts because there's quite a movement calling Sosa a hero. Yeah, I feel like a lot of people are kind of like, well, that poor chicken didn't deserve to be run over. I'm not at odds with what she did. I would have been pissed too. Right there, I understand being upset. If you guys pulled into the same grocery store, having words exchanged, okay. Chasing her down and bear macing her in the face? That's a bit much. There's even a crowdfunding campaign for her, but GoFundMe shut it down because of their whole you can't raise funds for legal defense policy. Wait a minute. Then what about the whole, the what's his nut track star? His family tried to raise money twice. You can't raise money for legal defense. Seems weird. Sent is someone here to say, rise. How might you reply? I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. That's how I might reply. I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. That's where it's like, hey, we have our cool internet, like fucking internet lingo. Like, all right, good, cool, good for you. Brocephus, you know what? I'm just call him Bocephus. I will call him by his first name, Bocephus. So glad it's truncated on the on-screen chat. Not yet, Digger. Almost there, though. Wait a minute. What? Jesus, the Hulkster hasn't been reported dead yet, has he? No, he has not been reported dead, but it is supposed that he's on his deathbed, unable to speak, unable to talk, having adverse reactions to a cervical surgery, which has to do, I'm guessing, with his, I believe it's the lower spine region, right? That's the part down there, right? Like the thoracic spine, isn't that like the upper part where your rib cage is? Or is the cervical part the fuck? You know what? I don't know. But it's spinal. So it's either, with it affecting his speech, I bet you it's the part under the neck, at the back of the neck. That's probably where it is. If Hulk dies, I'm gonna Hulk Hogan someone's ass, this King Kong Dong. Fiery. Cervical neck. All right, cervical is top. I was wrong. Everyone said, Hulkster has a cervix? Oh, no, we all have a cervical spine. Mine's been MRI'd to the bejesus belt. Speaking of, put a pin on the Hulkster thing just for a second. Update to the story of the MRI, the guy who died in the MRI. I have not seen a picture yet. Still believe it was a person of color. We do now know more about the necklace in question. It was a 20-pound, and is this anyone ever heard of this? Weight training chain? So this guy just walked in with a 20-pound weight around his neck because I guess he needed to stay fit. I'm going to say it's a really weird look when you go to the hospital like that at 61, but who am I, to judge, I guess. I like wearing steampunk goggles when I have contact lenses, which I don't right now. Soon. No comment on the recent Min Dune clip of Mersh roading you. Again, I don't know Liquid Evidence. You should know this by now. I don't give a fuck. Mersh roasted me. He has to talk about me for content. Okay, cool. Great. Mersh roasted you. According to who? Mersh? We were here a minute ago roasting Mersh for his googly fucking eyes and his inability to afford a car. So I guess we all have shit we can make fun of for each other. I don't know why people keep coming in here to tell me this stuff. Hey, what are your thoughts? I don't have any. Hey, what are your thoughts? I don't have any. Hey, what are your thoughts? I don't really care. Hey, what are your, like, how many times do you have to do it? Like, at this point, it's starting to seem like a you problem. The American show at the American House, Chris Benoit asked his wife, yeah, he's not doing well. Who said Hulk Hogan died? Nobody. He hasn't died. He's just on deathbed. Mersh is literally a cell phone. I saw an old sea captain who was steering the wheel with a belt buckle. I asked him if it bothered him. He'd say, it's driving me nuts. That's not bad. King Kong Dong. Johnny, they're retarded. He's doing fine playing with his son and wife in a field. I mean, I don't know. I heard they were hanging out. Tight times. Bro, he goes in on you every night. It's all wild. So, in other words, for all of my failings, he doesn't have a show without me. That's kind of, well, thank you, Mersh. I'm sorry you don't have a show without me. Thank you very, very much. Where's my applause for that? Hold on. Let's get a proper applause. Thanks, Mersh. I guess like that means I get to count all his views every night as mine. So if all he talks about is me in his show, I didn't even know this until you brought it up. Because again, when I turn this off, I have other shit I deal with. So, however, it's sad you beg for money. Like, yeah, but I get more views than you because nobody on my show is watching you when we're here. Mersh roasts himself with all the booze and drugs. No, he doesn't roast himself with all the booze and drugs. He roasts himself when he takes off his glasses and you learn that the whole reason he wears them is because he has a great voice, but he's a googly-eyed fuck. And then he gets his car repoed live on air. Those, I would say, are the bigger owns, but whatever. Anyways, thank you. I'm done. I mentioned being done about this earlier, so I guess yay to Liquid Evidence for jumping in for a minute, but I think I'm kind of tired of explaining it. All right, so we just got done with that first story about the road rage incident, having a nice time talking about the chicken thing, and we had to make a divert into that again. We have, what is it, 2.5 hours left in the show. We're fully funded through today and into tomorrow. So we're working on tomorrow's goal. Saint Caesar, you should phone Aaron and tell him the Hulkster's on his deathbed. He might cry on air. No, he wouldn't. And that is a completely stupid waste of time, Saint Caesar. I have no intention of calling him and asking him about the Hulkster. I guarantee you he's probably more apprised on it than I am. He gone Mersh Baiters. Thank you, Lab Glass, for the $10 over there on Rumble. We are very, very grateful. Thank you so much. I don't beg for money, and I have less viewers than Johnny. Johnny must be doing something right. Yes, whatever. You know what it is? I do, like I keep explaining to people, and I don't know why this upsets them so much. I do this because it's easier on my body than getting up and going and doing a job and coming back. Like that's a literal fact. Oh, you can work from home. Right. And that's what I'm doing. And after this, we'll go to maybe working from home in some other fashion. But I'll enjoy that less. So let's do this as long as it's working. And it is. Mersh can be funny with Royce at times, but nothing compared to Johnny and Aaron Riffick. That's an opinion. Again, I don't even care who's funny or who's what. Like, again, like the whole, he was roasting you. Okay, fine. The simple fact is, I don't care. I don't care about him roasting me. Like I said before, his whole affecting me thing was a one-off that happened one time. And now it's, oh, he said this. Like, I don't know why we can't just accept I don't care. Johnny, I was roasting myself. I know. Not begging for money can be a beg for money, says Atomic Ray. And I would say that if you qualify this as begging for money, you either A, are lying to yourself deliberately, or B, don't know what begging for money is. I don't beg for money. I say the show works on this budget. We need to hit it. I don't stop the show at the last 5 minutes and come on, guys, and I'll check the Venmo and the PayPal. I don't beg for money. I point out that the show has a financial limit. Hey, man, we started out. We never had, like, the first year or two, we never had any talk like that. And even now, we still knock it out, so we keep doing the thing. I don't know why is everybody so mad? I was roasting marshmallows. Dude, Rusty Grammar, you've heard of the fluffernutter, right? Like, I can't believe how many people don't know marshmallow fluff is a thing, or mallow fluff as it's sometimes called. And it's delicious with peanut butter, and it's delicious with Nutella. With Nutella, I'm sorry, that is just that's dessert. That you are having a dessert sandwich, and that's what that is. But yeah, 100% the coughing and the sighing. Hey, I'm not going to fault anybody for falling asleep on stream. I have passed out, fucking forgot to stop the stream, forgot to or restarted the stream after I stopped it. I have broken a monitor because while passed out, I managed to make that thing fall forward. So yeah, no, I don't think so. We've had plenty of one-eyed Johnny incidences. I ain't going to shake my finger at somebody having a little too much of an imbibe on their life. As long as his health isn't being adversely affected from it, more power to him. I may seem like a hater, but the truth is I'm honest. Mersh can be funny. So can Melton. Aaron can be entertaining, but not exactly funny. Johnny's kind of endearing and has a homie chat. Well, thank you for your honesty. I appreciate that. You know what it is, and I'll try to be as honest as I can about this. I get bitchy, is the thing. It's not entirely within my control. And thank you for reminding me, because until now I had forgotten. I actually have to take my. I have a mild antidepressant, and if I don't take that, fucking ebbs and flows, depression, and anxiety. Not so much so that I can't function, but be honest, I'm bitchy. I'm bitchy and I'm pissy. And it is a part of me to the point where when my daughter gets an attitude, like her mom will be like, oh, we know who she gets that from. And she ain't wrong. Digger is the reason we have to suffer wildfire smoke in the States. You know, I don't think we're going to reach it with the way we're moving through stories today, because the chat seems to be kind of firing on a bunch of stuff. But we do have a Moodang story thing. It can wait till tomorrow, because you know who. She loves Moodang. But thank you, Saint Aran, for the 100 bits. We appreciate that. Thank you for the sticker and the 100 bits. We're working on tomorrow's goal. It's already down to $50. I haven't even linked the Venmo, PayPal, and that stuff. We had a donation come through earlier, and so we are kicking all of these down. I think I opened them. I did. And then let's go there, and good. Yeah. So we'll put those up in the top, and then we'll keep going with the show. We have the GoFundMe. I'll share that. I know a lot of people, oh, you put a video. Like, I didn't put the video up thinking people would look at the video. Like, the video, the whole reason it's public is if someone who didn't see it sees it, then you have a chance. The video I got loaded up so Digger could share it. That was her request. But, you know, whatevs. I knew when I put it up fucking wouldn't hear the end of it, which is another reason why I don't care what people said about it. We knew they were going to react, and I don't give a fuck. All right, there we go, there. And there we go, there. Bam. Okay, let's pin all of these and move on with the show. We have a death row story, so we'll get that over with before we get too much crazy shiznit happening. And locked. Or did we, is that at 20 minutes? We want it at, whatever. If we have to share it again later, we will. But the Venmo, the PayPal, Streamlabs, they're all up there if you want to use those direct. Where are we at? Now it's just me spamming the chat. Brian Sides Digger, Johnny's making fun of me for my 2 viewers. I'm not making fun of you for... When did I make fun of you for your 2 viewers? You said that you don't beg for money and you have less views than me, so I must be doing something right. That has nothing to do with me saying anything about you. I mean, I read it aloud. Johnny is the second viewer. All right, that's nice. That was good. That's good. I appreciate the fuck out of all you chatters. I enjoy the laughs on the daily, says Digger. Me too. I have fun with this. No reason to get excited, bud. Take her down about 20%. To be Flair YouTube featured. Who, me? Right. That would be funny. That would be awesome if I was YouTube featured. It's just like a fun, like we have fun, we chat, we have stupid stuff like the name of the studio.
This studio brought to you by Brian, the Super Sexy Science.
That guy is a godsend that created that Wednesday bit thing. You better believe we'll be playing that clip of his again tomorrow. I'll be giving full props to him then. No. To be Flair. Hey there, lady. How goes? Oh, yeah, it's good to see you all. Nice Letterkenny reference, says To be Flair. It is pretty good. No need to get excited, but take her about 20%. I try to do Letterkenny and it comes out as Irish. What the fuck's wrong with me? Let's go to this story. This one that we're going to go to here, a Tennessee man, an inmate, is on death row. And now the Tennessee inmate's heart device apparently needs to be turned off before the execution so they can avoid shock risk, the judge rules. It better be shock risk of the staff. Because if you're telling me we don't want to hurt him before we kill him, I'm going to be like, well, I guess you don't understand what death means then. Because, like, I don't know what this guy's accused of. I'm not weighing in on the rights or wrongs of putting this man to death. But if you're telling me, like, look, we're going to kill this guy, but before we do, we want to be nice about it. You don't want to go to hell and be sick. Like, come on. Let's go back here with the chat before we get into this. Nice letter, Cat. Rusty member buries him snoring after a commercial. Yeah. I saw it underneath the channel. Oh. Well, thank you, To be Flair. Hi, Brian. I got more wood from Canada, says Mr. Q. Johnny, I am telling you, we could smuggle a redhead. Yeah, but we've got to smuggle her furniture, and her 2 cats. And then I have to make even more money. I loved that show. Shorzy was pretty good, too. There's a best of Shorzy reel that is fantastic. Wasn't there a spin-off series with Shorzy? I could have swore they did a spin-off series following Shorzy and the hockey playing stuff. I want Gosney's take on that death row case. Yeah, I don't. All right. Johnny fell asleep at work. What Aaron's movie quotes did keep him awake? All right. I'll smuggle your futon away from room with Digger and her stuff for you. No, it's my futon. You can't have it. You don't get the death penalty for stepping in a rose. Fuck his pain. Pull that lever and push that button. Right. I'm just saying, yes, it was called Shorzy. Yeah, then it was going to be awesome. The Ginger and Boots. Okay. Yeah, there was a spinoff. Shorzy, says Digger. I didn't ever watch Shorzy, but let me just say the premise alone, fucking awesome. My favorite moments in that in Letterkenny were Shorzy related. Shorzy related, and then early on when they were yelling at the emo kids, I always kind of enjoyed. But the Shorzy ones were the ones that last. All right. Anyways, let's go find out about the man on death row who the judge says we must deactivate his heart device lest he be shocked.
Another South Carolina death row inmate chose to die by firing squad. He was the second to do so in less than 2 months. This comes as more states struggle to obtain the more common lethal injection drugs.
Honestly, I'm gonna say with what I know about that whole deal, if they're going fucking dead center or dead center on the heart, yeah, no, it's probably way less painful as a whole than like slowly asphyxiating because you've been given so many muscle relaxants you can't breathe. Like, it just doesn't seem. I mean, like, maybe I'm being a bit cold here. The end result is they're still dead, right? Well, then what the fuck does it matter? Like, I don't think we should be electrocuting people. That seems a bit excessive. But I will say, 1 to the noodle, that's pretty pain-free. Very, very low survival odds. And if we're talking about a firing squad situation, why are we worried about the shock to the heart device? You know he's going to be dead, right? Like, they're going to shoot him. So, again, I don't understand the disconnect. We appreciate and understand and realize that this man is going to be put to death by firing squad, but golly gee shucks darn, it would be real mean of us if we let the heart device tase him while he gets shot. Does it matter at this point? I feel like when that happens, the wound from the gunshot will probably be of a more significant pain, if he feels it at all. And, yeah, I don't understand what we're doing here.
And the Trump administration moves to restart federal death row executions. For tonight's interview, we're joined by Robin Marr, executive director of the nonprofit Death Penalty Information Center. Robin, thank you for joining us. As a way to start, the Trump administration argues that the death penalty deters crime. What is...
I don't know. It deters crime for a certain level. But here's the thing. The death penalty is so narrowly used that in some ways, achieving a death penalty level crime is a kind of like fucking status for some of these sick fucks. So I don't know if I agree with that plus or minus. I will say this. I certainly wouldn't want to do anything that would get me killed if I knew that going in.
What does the scholarship say on that question?
Well, good evening, John. You know, the death penalty has always been talked about in terms of deterrence, but the research really doesn't back it up. There's really no empirical evidence that confirms that there is a specific or a heightened deterrent effect when you use the death penalty as compared to other punishments. I think the best thing we can say about deterrence, frankly, is that it just can't be proven.
In South Carolina, we have these two.
But I would say this. How come we don't give any credence to the fact that, no, these people are fucking wastes of space and we don't need them on this planet? Like, at a certain point, if you're just a homicidal fuck, like, they're locking you up and letting you live out your life. I mean, what does that accomplish? We're going to put time and resources and effort into keeping these people alive until they're dead, but they're going to do the whole time in jail. If they're just going to be locked in a box the entire time, why don't we just save everybody a whole lot of hassle? That's my opinion, but I'm a weird kind of pragmatist.
Two executions by firing squad. Alabama and Louisiana have been using nitrogen gas for executions. Why are these states...
Oh, dear Lord. I got to catch up with this. Yes, if you didn't know, Ozzy Osbourne has passed away. Hulkster is on his deathbed. We lost Theo Huxtable yesterday. It's been a horrible week. Ozzy didn't die. He just went home. Mama, I'm coming home. Yeah, he just went home. Thus, it's effective a stay. What? If they shut off the heart device and that kills him, isn't that not firing squad? Well, again, it's the same result. I can totally smuggle Johnny anywhere he wants to go, says the American Century. Maybe an internal thing that only zaps 2 or 3 joules when needed. Still hurts, though. Firing squad, but silly string, says Kyle. Or does he mean silly sting? I don't know. Either way, I feel the firing squad thing kind of overrules the whether or not the stinging effect. Again, the worrying about whether or not we're gonna adversely hurt this person that, again, we've decided has committed crimes worthy of putting to death. And I don't even view the death penalty as like, well, it deters. No, it's not about deters for me. And we can discuss where the threshold is. But if you hit a threshold for death penalty to me, it's not that, oh, no, it's going to deter people from behaving like this. No, those people are beyond deterring, sir. This is because those people are just going to be locked up for the rest of their life anyway, and keeping them in a box accomplishes nothing. Like, oh, they finally feel remorse or regret. Like, yeah, great. Does that unfuck the dead people? Then who cares? Like, that's always the thing about it that I never understood. Like, oh, I've had all these years to think about my actions, and now I really regret what I did. Awesome. What does that achieve? I guess, I don't know, maybe it brings closure to, it wouldn't to me, as a victim of a family member or some horrific thing. If you were on death penalty or death row for whatever you did to me or my family, I wouldn't feel better if you're like, oh, well, I've been here this whole time, and now I have regret, like after my whole life in prison. Like, yeah, that doesn't really do shit for me. Texas has executed one innocent I'm aware of, and they are about to potentially do their second. That is the scary part, and where I do take kind of the side with anti-death penalty advocates is it's just, again, what if they're not guilty? What if they're innocent? We live in a world of innocent until proven guilty, but the system is human, and to err is human. So Texas executing an innocent person, I totally believe it. Potentially their second. Castration. Double castration. How do you do a double castration, Eugene Stoner? Now I'm just curious. Can't we only, like, neuter you once? Or is it like they go for a ball each time? Like the first nut, you're firing at 50% efficacy. And then the second nut, now you're a full-on COVID vaccine.
Turning to these methods.
Well, some states, as you say, have turned to old methods of execution, like the firing squad, and some have turned...
Let's bring back the good old-fashioned witch trial drowning, where we tie her arms and legs together and throw her into the water and see if he or she floats. If they float, burn them. They're a witch. If they sink and drown, I guess that was a normal person. Red Scooper, bring back public executions. Mad Moof, there are better ways to kill. We could give them 20 cents worth of fentanyl, and it would be easier and less messy than a bullet. Oh, yeah, dude. I had that shit in the hospital. Fentanyl is scary as fuck. I do not like fentanyl. Like, and the reason I don't like fentanyl, I, with my MS, have developed a disdain for anything that makes me feel like my body is even less in my control. And the best way I can describe them giving me fentanyl to remove the fucking stint in my heart is it's just like all of a sudden I felt the cold rush of the IV fluids. After that, it's like I sank into a pool, like of consciousness. I just sank into the bottom of that pool of consciousness until I was out. Just you. The best way I can put it is my body powered down. Now, when the hospital administered the fentanyl to me, they administered it in a mixed thing, and then they kind of put it into the IV, and they watched me on the monitors the whole time. There was one nurse whose whole job was stare at the fucking heart monitor and let us know the minute it starts dropping too low. Like, so she just stood there the whole time doing that. So I feel like a lot of risks involved, and let's just say somebody ODing on that substance, I could totally believe. With how little they gave me and everything else, I could totally believe it. But And that was diluted in saline solution. Just weird. All right, so is this the firing squad chair? So we're making sure that he doesn't try to dodge the bullets? All right.
To new methods like forcing prisoners to breathe pure nitrogen gas for an execution.
Yeah, that's, I'm going to say some of these new methods sound downright torturous because, like, again, just breathe what isn't air. So you want me to fucking choke, drown, asphyxiate, like, St. Aaron, sew up the back hole. What about sewing up the back? Why are we sewing up the back hole? To be fair. To arg is pirate. I do like that thing. Third strike, they get the trans surgery and turn their penis inside. Oh, King Kong dong, but what if that just gives them avenues to be more? No. I once got a shot of Dilaudid. I could feel it travel across my body from my arm, and I was low-key certain that when it got to my heart, I thought it was going to stop. Thank you, St. Aaron, for the 100 bits and the duck shot. I did not expect that sticker. It scared the fucking piss out of me, man. Thank you. Thank you for that, for the 100 bits. Can you bring your own rifle, or do they provide one? I think in those scenarios, they provide. Because a lot of people have blanks, and one or two have the actual bullet, and nobody knows who's who, and they all aim for obviously the kill shot, and I guess like then they take solace in the knowledge that they can just tell themselves it wasn't them, they had a blank. I don't know. Johnny, no anesthesia, says King Kong Dong. I'm not doing it anymore. It wasn't a choice. It was because I've had 2 stints in my heart. You can still find the scar for the last one, I think. But yeah, I've got a collection of scars over here from stints in my heart and stuff. I think it's right there, somewhere in the pectoral region, maybe in the cockles of the heart. Thank you again, Fettuccine El Poo Poo, for the duck sticker and the 100 bits. Let's get through this again. They haven't gotten to the part where the judge ordering them to disable the heart device, but other than the worry of innocent people being killed on the death penalty, that's where I'm on the fence about it. Like, I'm okay with it to a point where if we know you're like a Manson piece of shit, I'm like, no, let's just be done with them. They clearly are going to murder more people. Like, it's a problem. But again, what about innocent people is always the kicker.
And they tell us the reason for that is because they can't obtain lethal injection drugs for lethal injection executions. Part of the problem there is we don't know the full truth of that story because these states are very, very secretive about their processes, and they often don't disclose many of the details about their protocols even to the prisoners themselves. It's certainly true that some pharmaceutical companies have stopped supplying their drugs to prisons for use in execution because they object to having their product used in death penalty cases. But what we've also learned from some of the independent witnesses who've observed some of these new methods, we've seen prisoners experiencing severe signs of distress and pain.
Yeah.
It looks like those are unconstitutional executions. We just can't be sure about it. But one thing that would help a lot is certainly more transparency from state officials.
Look, I'll say this. If you put somebody in a room and you fill it full of nitrogen as opposed to oxygen, they're going to be in distress. A lot of companies that make the chemicals for used for lethal injection have refused to sell them to prisons, to be fair. Right. But nobody complains when they do it to your dog because you want to put them down. Okay, and she just said what I wrote. Never mind. Oh, shit. A treasure train. What? Oh, a treasure train. We have 2 minutes to launch a treasure train. We need more 100 more bits or a sub give from someone who hasn't, and this treasure train will head out the door. And everything that's been going in on Twitch recently will all jump into that. So Fettuccine El Poo Poo and St. Aaron's bits, everything. So if you want to get that beautiful thing going, you got a minute and a half to make it happen. I'm going to try and play this quick in case that does happen, because then I'll have to get the doc over here. I gotta do a lot of cleaning tomorrow, like dishes, catch up on dishes, and put away laundry and shit. I gotta see if I can, in between show and stuff, like find some time, get the doc fucking, maybe even tonight after show, soak up like motherfucker and clean him out.
How many exonerations have there been, Robin, in death penalty cases?
Well, there's been at least 200 people exonerated from death row. Those are people that were wrong.
All right, let's okay.
Here comes a train, a busy little train, rushing up and down on the daisy line. Mummies and daddies, the grandpas and the grannies, everyone.
It had to be the epic Squirtle that got it in the line.
Here comes the train, and here comes driver 10 too. Wahey! Here it comes, here it comes, here comes the train today. Here comes the train!
Gotta get it one of these days. Thank you so much for that hype trade starting out at level 1, 26%. You guys are awesome. Thank you very, very much for that. So now I have to I have to use this guy. We are at and that was Nucleatic Gaming with the Epic Squirtle sticker. Epic Squirtle sacks. Sacks, not sex. They're having Squirtle sacks over there. Thank you for the... It does, no matter what, it just sounds dirty. Epic Squirtle sacks. And I love the sticker app. But they knew what they were doing when they made the app. They knew what they were doing. They know exactly what they built and what they put in that app when they made the Squirtle sack sticker. Yay, thank you, Twitchers, says Digger. Yes, thank you very, very much. I vote a live stream date with Gorgoth the Destroyer as a form of capital punishment. I don't know I don't know enough about that live streamer, but I guess that might work, Mussolini Diff. I'm very brave, but I'm a pussy when it comes to eyes. I almost had a panic attack when I got a piece of metal stuff. Oh. Yeah, dude. American Century, I'm not very brave. I am a fucking pussy when it comes to eyes. I can't handle when my eyes don't feel right. With my contact lenses, it can be a problem. My eyes are irritating. My eyes is a huge pain in my ass. I can't take it. I can't take it at all. Someone do a Taco Tuesday in my honor, please. I will give you my Prime tomorrow as a thank you. Well, thank you, St. Caesar, for your Prime tomorrow. I'll gladly give you my Prime tomorrow for a gay joke today. Like, all right, fine. We'll do that. Hey, Popeye reference? Who's got talent? Come on. So yes, we're going to keep going. Thank you for being here, and Twitch, YouTube, and Rumble. Let's check up with the Rumble chat quick. They usually have 5 or 6 shooters. Not all of them have live rounds. They don't know. They don't have to know they were the shot. If I had a choice on death row, I would choose suffocation by butter and cum. I don't think you get to choose, though. Female cum. I'm not Aaron, says Matt. I'd like to stipulate all of the jizz is from women. Thank you, Nucleatic Gaming, for the 100 bits. That was a really weird punctuation to the rant I just did. I don't know if firing squad has typically been reserved for traitors and prisoners. Not very noble. I'm thinking of it from a like a receiving end. What do I feel like? Because if you're killing me, I don't want to feel it. I don't want to think. Just can the lights be out? Can it just be like, in my world, it's just, no. I don't care if he's in the military. Just get someone who's willing to just fucking pink mist my fucking head. If we're putting me out, like, that's where we're doing it. If it's a perfect world, I'm looking forward. You're from behind. Just look out at the lake, Lenny. Bam, and we're done. But that's a perfect world. If you're doing that, like, yeah. Otherwise, I guess hanging, the neck snap, the hanging could be good. But what would your last meal be, Johnny, on death row? I would eat a lot, and I mean a lot, of dairy and beans. I want to make sure that can I get a fucking gallon pail of mashed potato, beans, chili, mashed potato, chili, and covered in cheese. I want a 1 gallon bucket of mashed potato, a 1 gallon ice cream pail lined with mashed potato, filled with chili, topped with a bunch of cheese. I want to make sure when I'm gone, I fucking leave my mark. Just so long as I can do that. MSO saying, hello, Digger. Japanese death penalty. Bennett's one after another. Thank you for the super splasher sticker and 100 bits. We are, oh dang, we finished the fucking train thing. I got distracted there. That was remarkably quick. Normally we have like 5 minutes. I guess that's done. That's done. Thank you, Fettuccine El Poo Poo. We'll add all that stuff. Looks like you're jizzing on me now. It's just not. It's just. It's getting in my hair. If I could, it's like, I know it's a sticker, but I don't want it to touch me. You want to do a Darth Chef on your way out? Got you. Says, all right. Digger saying roast beef dinner with Yorkshire puddings and all the trimmings. I guess like. She's like, oh, we're going to do this fancy. I'm like, I'm going to make sure that when I die, not only do I shit my pants, but I quite possibly shit the room. Like, I want my death penalty to be like the doors opening in The Shining when all of the blood came flowing down the hallway, except it's just like, ready? And then like, it just, and then just, oh, fucking monsoon comes out the back of me. Like an AI, I need an AI to generate the image in my head to show you what I'm talking about. Just it all, like there was a wormhole to another shitty dimension and he was holding it closed with mental effort and then we killed him and it opened. Exsanguination. So what, you want to be bled to death? Ugh. Seems like a horrible way to go. As someone who has to have it every Sunday, I hate Sunday roast lunches. All right. Sorry. Let's. You know what? I don't really care. We've covered enough about this. The lady isn't getting to it.
Convicted, sentenced to death. Some of them.
Oh, she's complaining about the of course it is the CBS Evening News. She's complaining about innocent people that have been sentenced to death and had their convictions overturned. She's not mentioning several important parts of information. Some of those people, convictions overturned, they were truly innocent. Some of them, convictions overturned because evidence was faulty or testimony was suspect, and thusly, they just simply had the conviction overturned. They might not necessarily be innocent. There was, I think we did one story about a person who had his conviction overturned for like a death penalty case, and then he effing killed somebody while he was out, and he went to jail for murder. So it's like, all right, now who's really bad? Yeah, so it's just the exciting part the exciting part of this is that again, we don't want him to get shocked after we shoot him. It might be painful. Right, it might, but you are talking about killing the guy. So I mean, do we want to do you want to kill him or not? Like fucking pick one. Pick a lane. All right, hey everybody. We're joined by our kitty Tegra. It's our kitty Tegra. Now, if you gave me Greg's sausage rolls and a pizza slice, I'm happy. So what you're saying is you're low-key a basic bitch. I get you. Digger, probably Southern barbecue pulled pork, super spicy wings. Now we're on everybody's favorite last food. Death by 1,000 squirrels. Balls deep, the logistics of that, simply nuts. I never get to enjoy Sunday roasts. No point making all that food just for me, says Digger. Well, we'll hang out. We'll fix it. Johnny's last meal will include edibles. Nah. I don't get that high off of edibles, generally speaking. We had a show sponsor back a while ago for CBD fluids. I'm still a big proponent of CBD medications. They can be effective and helpful. Not necessarily as a replacement for THC, but CBD can be very helpful. And one of their people told me that the secret to edibles working is to eat them with high fatty foods, and so that way your body's digesting them both at the same time, and the THC will kind of like piggyback on the foods and your body will process it better. I could be wrong. I don't know. Last meal, some grade A pussy on toast whole wheat, says Balls Deep. Good luck getting that. What would you like for your last meal? I'd like to eat a pussy for a couple of hours. Can we arrange that? So like, and now let's just be clear, Balls Deep. So grade A pussy. What if the pussy owner is the one who says it's grade A? Who decides what grade A is? Grade A is in Asian. Grade A is in American. Grade A is in African. Grade A is in Arabic. Like, we don't know. I'm looking for some real, I'm looking for some serious Argentinian puss before I go. All right? Certified by Dave Chappelle. Grade A is in average. Right. All right. King Kong Dong. Grade F for fishy trout. As American, I'm with Johnny. The grading system for pussy needs to be completely revamped. Yeah, we can't. So there is a quote pussy grading system. Apparently, I like. It's kind of like. Let's be honest. It's kind of like the show dog world where you can have your papers proving lineage, but honestly, like 9 times out of 10, unless you're competing for big money, like you could forge that shit. Nobody's going to know. Like you could tell all your people, oh, no, he's a proud member of blah, blah, blah family lineage. Like, who fucking cares? It's a goddamn poodle. Like, but not, with pussy, it gets like, they're like, hey, no, my papers say grade A. And it's like, right. But your underwear also says Saturday, and it's Tuesday. It was laundry day. Why don't you have a pair that has that embroidered on it? Let's go ahead and close the death by firing. Again, death by firing squad, they're worried about the heart monitor. Weird. I think we have the audio for this. Please tell me we have the audio. If not, we only have the transcript. Shit. All right, we only have the transcript. This isn't going to be as fun as I thought then. Now, I don't know about you guys. I've called... 911 I've never actually called. But I have called, like emergency dispatch. Like, non-emergency dispatch. Like, the dispatch... Anyways, so... a 911 dispatcher, which again, kind of a lot of us like saint of the earth people, because they're dealing with people at a difficult time, all of that bullshit. So we're always very understanding them. Well, a 911 dispatcher has been charged with calling her neighbor and telling her she's the quote dumbest person in town. And again. This is one where I don't know the facts, but as long as we can guarantee this is a one-off, I'm going to let it slide. I'm going to say this, I'm going to let it slide. Usually if you're talking to 911, it's because you're in the midst of an emergency and you call them. But sometimes, every so often, the dispatcher calls you, like if you call them and hang up. We all know that. And apparently it's not good news when she does. From local news. From what local news? You should link it so I can get that. On Friday, June 6th, Karen Clinton received a phone call she says she will never forget. As the phone rang, she rushed to pick it up. When she read the caller ID, it said Twinsburg Police. My heart started racing. I was bracing for impact. I was getting ready. Do I need to sit down? Said Clinton. Yeah, we got bad news about Bill. We got some real bad news about Bill. Anytime someone... Yeah, all right. The dispatcher first identified themselves as Twinsburg Police, then asked Clinton if she had her full attention. Once the dispatcher was sure that Clinton was listening, she said, "Congratulations, you win the prize. It's called the Booby Prize. You are the dumbest person to call the police department on a repeated basis." Okay. All right, look, I'm not trying to justify the 911 lady, but I kind of want to hear her out. All right, I got questions. I've got questions. Last meal, Wagyu roast beef curtains, says Mussolini Diff. Sorry, I try to be a generous lover, but this is my last meal. She can do all the work. T. Jefferson, I am the darkness that flaps in the night. No. She called and told her, you are the dumbest cunt in town, pretty much. You're the dumbest person to call the police department on a repeated basis. So she's saying you're the, it sounds like this lady's earned this a little bit. She might be someone who's got a tattle on all her neighbors. I got a report. Oh, so-and-so. Hello, police. Yes, I'm looking. Hello, police. Yes, I'm looking over there at Mr. Hammond's. The lawn hasn't been cut. There's a lot of people going in and out of the house that the Franklins just moved into, and some of them look like unsavory characters. Perhaps maybe you should look into it. I would hate to cast dispersions, but I wouldn't be surprised if we find some drugs. Like I just, I got to do this. Fuck. We got to finish reading this so I can do the run off the dock that I still owe. The dispatcher identified themselves, blah, 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 repeated basis. The caller identified as a 911, identified as 911 dispatcher Loretta Nash. This is a horrible time, and I thought I muted this. Oklahoma, I don't think I want to talk to you right now. Let's put that on the vibrate so I can ignore that while we do a show. Caller identified as 911 Lord continued to go into detail about the number of times she says Clinton called first responders in the last 15 years. The plot. Like a stew, the plot thickens. Evidently, since 2010, Miss Clinton has logged a whopping 183 phone calls to the police station, contributing to 954 traffic details on her street. The Twinsburg chief of police did call to personally apologize, but by that point, Karen Clinton had it, opting to, quote, file a formal complaint against Nash and eventually pressed criminal charges. Nash was charged with telecommunications harassment and prohibited conduct, to which she pled not guilty. So she's probably fired. It is pretty ironic. Miss Clinton wanted to Miss Clinton called the police so much. She was mocked for calling the police all the time. And her response to that was, well, then I'm going to call the police and complain. You do realize how you are being the problem, they pointed out. I feel like that's how we should be able, in a just society, we'd be able to look at this lady and go, ma'am, your response to don't you dare mock me for calling the police was to call the police. You are literally, is this actually Hillary? No. She just unfortunately has the last name of Clinton. They just say Miss Clinton. They don't say Karen Clinton. Karen Clinton. And that here's you know what? Here's your proof, King Kong Dong, that this isn't actually Hillary. She earned a reputation for continually calling the cops. I don't know if you know this or not. Whatever dealings they might be in, they're more fucking delete the servers than call the cops. I just feel like if you're involved with the kind of people who randomly take themselves out by GS to the back of the dome, you don't call the cops. I don't know, man. That sounded like a Hillary alter ego. It could have been. Speaking of which, speaking of Hillary alter egos, original second mic, best in the biz man, Ryan Oz Klein. I hope he's going to be at the anniversary show. I really hope he's going to be at the anniversary show. I loved his Hillary bit. Always a good time. I'm going to be at the golf event on Sunday, and it is confirmed, official. I've got the shipping. I will have some beef sticks for people to sample. One for $1. Like, well, we have to see them wholeheartedly before we can be positive. But quintessentially, we've been figuring out the pricing. One for $1, like 6 for $5. So, like, if you want to have like 6 and like have a little fucking, I'll have to get like some Dixie cups or something. People can fucking. But I'm not Anyways, we'll find out about that. But I can tell you this: it is definitely not sable antelope jerky that we are selling. And we're not even selling it. It's mostly just for people to sample. Sample some meat. A mouth hug, says the American Century. Karen out of control a bit. Kind of, but the worst part is the 911 operator was exactly right. Karen's out of control, but Karen acted like a total Karen and called the cops to report being mocked for continually calling the cops. This whole thing is like so many Inception levels of cell phone. Ironically, the thing she received the call on was a cell phone. The whole thing was a cell phone. Oh, but yeah, so there we go. 911 dispatcher loses her job. I'm sure that'll be fine. King Kong Dong, you bet your sweet ass I'm buying meat from you Sunday. Well, like I said, we're tentatively saying how it's going because we have to make sure. I don't like it if that doesn't price out right. Like that's why we had to order it in the size that we did, so that way we can adjust things if we have to price it. But if we do that and we sell all of it, then break even. Yay. Well, I don't know, maybe $10-12 more. Anyways, I bet you're sweet. Yeah. So yeah, it'll be there to try. I don't know. Maybe it won't be that awesome. Now, if you give me Greg's, all right. Yeah, we already got that one over there. So thank you for being here on Twitch, YouTube, and Rumble. Having a great time talking about a couple different stories. I'm gonna probably bail on some of these because we had them, but I don't really. I don't have a video with this, and I don't really care. It was out of England yesterday. A drug dealer jailed after texting police by mistake. It's happened a bunch. We've talked about it a lot. I mean, just guys. We've all accidentally texted the wrong person, right? We've all gotten the wrong person message. It's happened to me a few times. I texted my therapist accidentally when I meant to say a very nice I love you message to my girlfriend. My therapist had to inform me, that's very nice that you wished me a lovely morning. It's a little unprofessional, but thank you. I feel you may have sent this in error. And it's like, yeah, it's the wrong person. Wait a minute. Where I eat Clintons and shit Obamas, I shit Obamas, and I wipe my Trump. $5 from Fallen the Great. This weekend at the Dells, I picked up some of Johnny's kangaroo, ostrich, and alligator jerky. I didn't know you expanded. I do not have kangaroo, ostrich, and alligator jerky. One, I don't have it, but like that would be horribly infeasible to maintain. Like just to maintain. All right, so we gotta update the standings here. So that's another 3. So we put 1 there. We put a 1 there now, and we go down tomorrow's goal to 45 for tomorrow. Already sinking like a stone. But yes, thank you. And no, we can't expand. There's nothing. We have nothings. There's nothing. This is a one-off event, and it's a bit. And I know a lot of people are going to be, oh, but I did. Like, right, but everybody said you need to do this. And so to entertain and humor these people, I went, yeah, all right. It doesn't seem like a big hassle. I'm going to be sitting there anyway. We'll do it. We'll do the bit for fun. But it is a bit. Let's be clear. It is a bit. I'm saying it now. No one's going to believe me, and I'm going to be fighting this for the rest of my life. But it's a bit, God. It's a goddamn bit. All right, so I have 2 stories left, and I'll I'll play them as soon as I can pause this. Oh, dear Lord. Let's reload this whole thing. I really hate we have to play every story the minute we load the page thing. Like, you guys get ahead of yourselves, and I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like it. It makes me mad. It makes me angry. Is sending a picture of poopy butthole on purpose to your worsy enemy count? In the realm of accidental texts, no. I feel the on purpose part negates the whole oops factor. The story we were talking about that we just skipped, a drug dealer pretty much texted the cops and wanted to know if they wanted to try out his newest and best and most rad line of drugs. And again, whether it's an informant or not, I don't know what they're going to go. If they put that as the headline, but the story is really, oh, the guy he texted was an undercover informant or whatever. I feel like it's never quite as simple as they literally texted the police, but that's the way we're going to play it, because either way, the end result is the same. The cops didn't want to try his new drugs, but they certainly wanted to put him on trial for them. And now they will. But what if I send oops after I send it? King Kong Dong, at least in this scenario, as your not attorney in the slightest sense, you did say you did it on purpose, so the oops part is a lie. Now, the person who received it might believe that lie, and they may forgive you. But we all know, I know you sent that poopy butthole because you wanted to. And that is a statement I never wanted to utter. I feel dirty just for saying it. We have an hour and a half left in the show. It is flying by today. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Had a rough start for myself, honestly. Yesterday was a lot, doing all the shows, going out and shopping, coming home, hanging out for Digger's birthday. Had a fun time. Got in trouble for being a little loud. I had to start kind of keeping quiet. And don't know if I succeeded at that. And so then just today, got through Aaron's show, had a great time. Got done with that. Took a little bit of a break, kind of got recharged. But then I ate a shitload of macaroni and cheese. I meant to have it for dinner last night, and I'm like, well, I got to eat all of it now. So I ate the whole thing, and when I started my show, it was weighing me down. Like, now it's settled. We're good. I mean, I'm probably a good 3 hours from a nice, healthy poop. Like, if I'm honest, somewhere around 6:30, I'm gonna have me just a nice, healthy go, and I'm just gonna feel amazing. But it's what I call a cheddar cleanse. Get it? Because it's all the dairy and the lactose. All right, so when I hit play on this next story, I'm going to do the controlled burn that I owed people. I thought you'd appreciate Rocket Raccoon logic there. King Kong Dong, where? What? I put oops after I sent it. Well, I mean, I do love Rocket Raccoon, the character, but if I'll be honest, while an amazing character and funny in a theatrical principle, Rocket Raccoon is a rancid cock. And don't get me wrong, he has a right to be. He grew up as a I want to say as a literal guinea pig, but he's a literal raccoon who was a science which is kind of like anyways. So the point is, I think he's Italian, and it's because, again, the beady eyes. No, so what I'm saying is, fuck Rocket Raccoon. I don't know. But again, live stream it. Live stream what? Live stream me having a nice deuceroo? I don't think so. That's a private joy for me, myself, and I. Can Digger join? I would be worried if she wanted to. That would be. But I will say this: love me or hate me, I love your name, A Queef in the Night. I hope we're friends, because A Queef in the Night, I want you to hang around. You got a great name. I would like to accidentally send someone a picture of Nick R's O-face. It's a weird want, my friend. I wouldn't. We want Digger, says Kyle. She'll be back tomorrow. At this point, it's we got an hour and a half left. At this point, why not get all your digger in one solid dose tomorrow? If you love my digger, I love my digger. In fact, I love my digger so much. If none of you guys know about it, there is an awesome place where you can get digger merch because she doesn't have her own store. She's a little hard to work with on that. I've been pushing for it, but until then, doing my girl a solid. I'm making digger merch. I put it up on my store. We send the profits to her and stuff. We have the Digger Lover mug in white and black. I will say right now, the white logo goes better than the black one. But if you're hard up for the black mug, then there you go. I do need to spend a lot of time, like magnified 500% cleaning up that logo, so it comes through better on black. Because again, on white it's perfect, but fucking son of a bitch. Anyways, on the hat it's great. On the badge I can certify. It's documented. It's proven. It's in my goddamn drawer here somewhere. I pushed it so far back I can't seem to fucking find it. Yeah, I don't know where it is at the moment. So fuck me running. But anyhow, I have the Digger Lover badge in white, and I can say it is exactly like it looks on the picture. So awesome for that. You can get that. You can get the shirt. You can get the hat. You can get that badge. Or you can get any of my amazing merch, the Johnny's Exotic Meat Market. Spoiler alert, you will see me in that shirt on Hole 1. I'll be wearing this shirt in this color, my original baby. And I'll be sitting there wearing that shirt at Hole 1 this Sunday on the tournament. So this Saturday, though, this Saturday at the comedy show, I am going to be wearing... I'm kind of doing my merch this Saturday at the comedy show. I'm going to be doing the Certified Digger Lover. See, like on the black shirt, you can really see how the... it was supposed to be speckled like it's like a stamp, and we erased parts of it, but the white came through. So now I have to go in and just clean that out. It's going to take a little bit of work. So, or you can pretend that's dirt, like Digger and me, like so nicely tell ourselves when we see it. But like I said, I'm gonna have to clean that up wholeheartedly to make that better. But you can get that shirt in white, black, royal blue, midnight navy, and gray. I you know what? I'm gonna say this: the gray, it still works better on the gray than. Just pretend it's jizz. All right, so there we go. That's the merch store for that stuff. Do you still have the Cucko the Clown shirt? Red Scooper, let's go back. If you didn't see it, yes, I do. We still have the Cucko the Clown ain't going anywhere because that was a funny bit. And just like Aaron was like, lean in, embrace the exotic meat market bit. I told him to lean in and embrace the Cucko the Clown shirt. And he said, you make the shirt. You put it up. You sell the shirt. So I said, all right, okay, sure thing. And I did. And now he has a shop that works way better because people bitched at me, and they were right, to get a Streamlabs shop. And then I bitched at him, and I was right to get a Streamlabs shop. And because of that, all of that, he refuses to make the Cucko the Clown shirt. He agrees it's a funny idea. He agrees it's a funny bit, but he refuses to do it. And he told me to put it up on my store. So I did. And I don't have a limit on items I can have on my store. So I have no reason to get rid of it. We got rid of... The only thing we did, we removed the red, and we went to the mustard yellow because that was a better choice of colors. So you can get it in yellow, black, turf green, what would we call this? Royal blue or charcoal gray. So those colors available to you for the Cucko the Clown shirt. Johnny, when are you going to put jail bars on the Cucko the Clown shirt? I don't think I have a reason to. Pretty happy with it the way it came out. I don't want to spend more time than that working on it. It's just supposed to be for fun. Thank you for the food butt pick, Kong. It gave something. Oh, good Lord, Lab Glass. Yeah, so there's the Cucko the Clown skirt. We covered all of that. You haven't met Digger yet? What if she has Yeti feet? Says Kyle. Johnny, when are you going to come put... All right, Digger Kong, sup, my liege? Queef in the night. Nice to meet you. She is Canadian. There is a better than 60% chance she does have Yeti feet, says the American. I think I'll be able to handle that. I don't want to set off Brian. But I know she doesn't have Yeti feet. I've seen them. I've seen Digger's feet. So, not trying to brag. But I've seen her feet. We're going to be fine. We're going to be fine. But hey, thank you. If she's Canadian, I do not have Yeti feet. She says she doesn't have Yeti feet. Digger's feet are really nice. I give them an 8 out of 10. Needs a bit of color on them dogs. Queef in the night. She's a strong Canadian farm girl, right? What if the carpet doesn't match the drapes? Well, she's going to have to move anyway, so I don't see why that's relevant. Ginger Yeti feet confirmed, says Kyle. If we think there's even a 1% chance that she has Yeti feet, we have to take it as an absolute certainty. Like, no, bat fleck. It's okay. It's okay. Let's see. So there's the thing there. All right. So we're going to get to this story. I don't know if I'm going to get to that one or not. It's an hour and a half. We have to get to our second hour stuff. Yeah, we'll get to that in a bit. But we're going to do this one first. I have to do the controlled burn. I keep forgetting the doctor burn that I owe. And so there we go. Let's hit play on this story. You know what? I'm not going to spoil this. I'm just going to say sometimes horrific things are really, really funny. And yeah, let's just... Are we not? I thought this was a news story. Are we not doing the news? We're just showing it, but we're not gonna... Why did the news share this? Thank you for the foot emoji. The happy foot. Over on Twitch. This is... Alright, so this is, if you're listening and not watching, there's a blow-up doll that got caught in that got caught under a bridge, and multiple 911 calls reported it as a potential drowning, but it turned out to be a blow-up doll. So again, we had to stop the presses. I'm glad people were being attentive and paying attention, but yeah, no, guys, it's just a fuck doll. It's just a fuck doll. And it always reminds me of the bit, and I can never find it. I want to find it so bad. I can't ever find it on YouTube. The bit where the old lady sees blow-up dolls floating into the sky and thinks it's the rapture. I can't ever find it. I knew I would. I fucking knew it. I'll try one more time. If I could find it, I would. If I could find it, I would be so happy. Let's. No. Nope. Yeah, this is the problem. You tell them you want a bit with blow-up dolls, and now all we have is just fucking shit people are doing to blow-up dolls. No, I just wanted... It was like an old bit, and it was funny. I wish I could just play the thing out of my mind like I knew where it was. I wish I could find it. It was funny, but now it's... yeah. Female cop. Gun loaded. Rusty too hot. What? Can we get a Digger blow-up doll added to the merch site? Asking for a friend, says Kyle. I think the friend you're asking for is you. I will say this. I don't think that's doable. Firstly, I'm not the person to make that decision. Digger has to decide whether or not she wants you to fuck her likeness. Because if you're telling me that you're making a blow-up doll, you want to buy a blow-up doll Digger, I'm like, yeah, you want to fuck. You want to fuck my Digger. And that's not okay. But if no, you know what? I'm gonna put my foot down saying that's not okay. If she wants to sell it, that's up to her. But we'll have a discussion. Anyways, although is it much different from me selling a plushie doll of me? Because we're trying to chase down somebody to make a Johnny doll, so maybe it's not different. No, Johnny, he was asking for me. I love that I'm like, no, you're asking for yourself. Bruh. No, wrong again, asshole. He was asking for me. Like, shit. That checks out. Heat stroke, goal met, says Rusty. Oh. Yeah, the goal's met for today. We're chipping away at tomorrow. We're down to 45 currently, so thank you guys so much for that. So, thank you. Kyle, so you're saying there's a chance. Yeah, pretty much. All right. I have to see what Texans shaken as thousands of fire ants seen forming rafts on river using their bodies. Like, this is a well-known thing that ants do in turbulent weather. So if they get flooded, that's how they react. That's not news. And you would think that you knew that if you lived in Texas with fire ants, that's how they would handle a situation like that. But a news station in Austin posted a video taken by several people as the ants got into these big clusters of bodies to float. Oh my God, 2 ads. Jesus Christ, how long does this take? It's getting too difficult. I'm going to have to start recording clips and news stories and then just playing my recordings later and citing my sources. Because good God, I am tired of having to wait through the ads. Like, fucking, you dicks. Yeah, I'm trying to do a goddamn thing here. Reporting on this crazy fucking shit. What? Are you fucking kidding me? So they took to Twitter to post a video, and the video you have linked isn't the video in question. You people. All right, here's the video in question. Again, you were making it sound like there was a shit ton of fire ants.
Lake Travis.
These
things are rafted up all over the lake, in the middle of the lake, in the coves.
Yeah, because
Up on the bank.
Because
Displaced and have no place to go. These are right up on the bank, basically. These little pods are all over the place.
yeah, that's how they survive.
Ants that are
So this isn't this isn't news. I don't know why the New York Post said they were shaken. What about this has them shaken? Users weighed in on the scary thought, a floating ball of pure hate. Well, it's not pure hate. It's more that the fire ants are, again, fire ants. And that's how they survive floodwaters. I've done more than see them. I've run into them at night, wading out of the ramp onto my dock when the lake is rapidly rising, another wrote. Sucks. Bring out the torch, someone else suggested. Yeah, no, fire ants are not very fun. The pesky bugs, which can cause painful stings, are rife in Texas, but when their underground nest is flooded, they sink their teeth into each other, interlock their limbs, and create rafts to stay alive. It's called a self-organizing or self-assembling process, and it's something only social insects do. Great. But again, why are people freaking out about it? It's not even the video in question. It's not like it's rafts of unusual size. They're little ant rafts. Fuck, I still didn't do the burn. I got an hour and a half left in the show. I keep forgetting to do my controlled burn. Let's load our second hour stories now that we finally cleared everything from the first hour. I'm going to do it, by God. And then we'll catch up with the chat quick and see what you guys are talking about. And we'll then move on with our show. We've got a couple that's being bombarded with phone calls because of a T-shirt. I've got a Bill Maher clip from Club Random where he interviewed Billy Joel. And I'm just curious, how apparently Billy Joel crosses the threshold, and I'm not saying he doesn't, but how big of a celebrity do you need to be where finally Bill doesn't do his Club Random show in his what looks like his goddamn basement? Like, I am not famous, but if I was, then I'd be like, oh, I'm doing this out of my basement because I'm awesome. But no, and that's not the case. And so this Club Random thing, I'm just like, It feels weird. It feels like they can't leave. You know, like somebody goes to Club Random and then they've never seen again. When they piss me off, they are. Wait. I'm way behind on people. Let's catch up with Rumble first. Reserved for traders. Thank you for the. Do you still have the Cuckoo Clown shirt? Was it a Monty Python bit? I'm not sure which one we're talking about. Boiling Water does a great job. Fire Ant sucks. We have him in East Tennessee. Yeah, it sucks doing yard work. I don't recommend putting boiling water on your lawn. It will kill the grass, says Atomic Ray. Probably. But I mean, let's be honest. It also get the bugs. What is that? All right. Then we'll catch up with these chats here. Female cop gun loaded. Whoa. So you're saying there's a chance? Does the Johnny doll come with a wheelchair or with Cholo hydraulics? Says the American Century. Well, neither. But we will say this: the Johnny doll doesn't need to be able to stand on his own, so that's making things a lot easier. We'll see if we can get one. Brian the Science, no Johnny. He was asking for me to. Digger's saying, yeah, no, maybe a body pillowcase, but not a doll. I'm guessing the inflatable doll, the inflatable Digger doll ain't happening. Okay, what's the body pillow warranty? Because I'm gonna test the quote unquote quality. Well, she's not even saying a body pillow. It's just a body pillowcase. Brian the Science, dear, if I can make a body pillow slip of you, it would sell like hotcakes. Kyle, as an expert on body pillows, I will ensure it can withstand the highest friction margins, says Brian. I kind of like fire ants just because you can pop their bites like a little zit. That's actually gross. Mount a fleshlight in the body pillow. Now you're talking about a whole lot of customization that I'm uncomfortable with. How much do we need to modify? It will include a velvet pocket, so a fleshlight will be unnecessary, says Brian the Science. Oh, stop stuffing your body pillow. Yeah, I accidentally stood on a bunch of fire ants in Alberta once. Hurt like a bitch. I imagine it would. I've never grown up around fire ants. I would hate it. Fire ants are bullshit. They're not even on fire. The chat is looking sketchy. Okay. Why they piss me off? They are, I have a torch that they get to meet. Antisocial insects live in basements and watch anime. That's not entirely true. I'm not antisocial. I live in a basement and watch anime. I mean, I'm not the most social person, but I have no qualms with being social. The American Century, the wheelchair with Cholo hydraulics sold separate. Again, what do we have Cholo hydraulics for? That would imply I have a car. Now I got to find a way to make a doll and sell a doll-sized car with Cholo hydraulics. You're putting a lot on a bit here. People keep saying they want the Johnny doll as an actual thing, so we're trying to find a way to do it. That's been a thing for a very long time. Johnny body pillow would be accurate limp fluff. Johnny, just as a way to make money, you should allow people to smell your fingers at the golf tournament. They don't have to know you've yet to meet your kill. I'm going to say this just as a person. That would seem gross to me. Like, I don't know. You give me money, now smell my finger. Like, the whole premise. Johnny 8 Books, what happened to the egg chair? It's right over there. I just don't have the ability to push it in and pull it out. Oh, I didn't mean that to sound like that. Okay. I don't have the ability to move it into and out of the frame of the show. So we're hoping to be able to set up the studio in a better way for the egg chair with the whole moving thing. We'll see how all of that goes. If it doesn't go well, there's several ideas we've been playing with, but right now, that's where we're at. Johnny's not a pullout guy. That was crass. I agree. Which one? Which one was crass? The smelling fingers thing? Yeah. I don't know. It's fine. You can suggest it all you want. I'm still gonna be like, ugh. Like, I understand making a buck, but damn, I'm already agreed to sit out at a golf hole and sell my meat. If that's not good enough for you, I don't know what is. We do have our second hour stories loaded. I haven't gotten into anything yet because of this. That's today's top headlines, so we're not going to do that. That's just an ad, so we're not going to do that. Close. We might hold off on this one, just because it's not that amazing. Like, it sucks, but I don't know. It's not that big a deal. We'll get to that in a bit. We'll try this one first. It's 3 minutes, unless it totally sucks. This is Club Random with Bill Maher, and he's interviewing fucking hey, god damn it, now he's interviewing Billy Joel. And the thing that struck me is this: I don't watch a lot of Club Random with Bill Maher. I don't think he's in his house right now, or wherever the fuck that he does this from normally, because this very much doesn't seem like the setup that he's normally in, and he's still fucking smoking a doobie. Like, is that okay there? And I know I'm a pothead and I smoke weed, but this whole, like, I gotta sit next to you and I've gotta have a joint rolled that I just fucking toke on. Excuse me. Way too much water. That I just fucking toke on. It just seems like a dick move. Like, if you're in your own studio space, okay. But if, again, I feel like, are you in Billy Joel's place of residence? Even if he's cool with that, it just feels tacky. Anyways, let's listen to this quick.
Henry wanted to produce you, which is a great compliment and makes perfect sense of all the people who he thinks he could follow the Beatles with. Okay, but then he wanted to fire your band. And I don't know what George Martin was hearing from your band, but I promise you, the regular guy did not notice that. Did not think that band, oh boy, Billy Joel's records. Oh, if only he'd fire that band and hire a good one.
Okay, never mind. It doesn't fucking matter. He's just kissing Billy Joel's ass, and Billy Joel wants to sell some fucking thing. His biography. Oh, this streaming on HBO docs. Okay. Somebody asked Bill to do a Club Random thing. Somebody asked Bill Maher to do a Club Random thing to promote somebody. I think we can leave that there, because it's probably lame and gay. I have to cough for a second. There's that doctor burn we owed you. And there's more proof that time to root and stem, water and pipe need to be cleaned from top to bottom. This show is too exciting. I'm leaving. Ah, what? Too bad. Good afternoon, everyone. The American... No, please don't go. Yeah, why wanted me to fucking make fun of his shit? You don't want to do that? Johnny is ghost sticking ghost dick. What? Johnny is sticking ghost dick. Sucking ghost dick. Oh, I'm sorry. No, I'm not. Sorry, I'm late. Y'all, what? Sorry, I'm late. What? I fucking couldn't put that together. Sorry, I'm late. What, y'all? Sorry, I'm late, y'all. What did I miss? God, I couldn't read that. Sup, Epstein, to fuck. What, Epstein's in here? I didn't see. Oh, there he is. Good afternoon, everyone. We missed. I'm going to say this, Jeffrey. Missed you. Was wondering where you been. Sling Blade, linking an InfoWars post. Arrest Barack Hussein Obama for treason. He sold out the American government to the military-industrial complex, and Biden's been a puppet for 4 years, and Trump's nothing but a puppet, and that's why we have to arrest him for treason. Like, if that is true, then what? How are we going to get the treason thing to go? Aren't they in control of the government? It's weird that, like, he sold out the system to, fucking the deep state, and now the deep state has control, but we're going to hold him accountable for doing it. but then the deep state would have to punish. I don't know. You know what I know? I know I don't know. That's what I know. But there we go. Sandy Squatch, YouTube.com. What's this? What's this, Sandy? Sandy, is this my show? It's my show live right now? Okay. I was thinking this was a clip. I don't know why you're sending me a link of the program, but thank you. I appreciate that. The YouTube link. I appreciate that. Thank you very much, everyone on Twitch, YouTube, and Rumble. Love seeing all you guys today. Go ahead and throw the old thumbs up if you can. Maybe it's just, it's got to be my end. I don't think I'd be having like huge thumbs up, but yeah, way more than 3. It's at 18 and growing. Look at that. That's amazing. Oh wow, all of you on all 3 of these platforms. That is amazing. We're getting back up into the kissing the triple digits again. That's nice. I kind of figured it was a summer slump. Alrighty, but thank you very much, Twitch, YouTube, and Rumble. Moving up on those. We're going to skip that. The U.S. Speaker shuts down chamber to block Epstein vote. Yeah, let's... what the heck?
Be the first to watch
no,
Lilo and Stitch.
I don't want to watch Lilo and Stitch. Can we talk about how stupid the need to make all these movies live action is? Don't get me wrong. I love the movie Lilo and Stitch. We didn't need a live action version. We didn't need it. We had the actual movie Lilo and Stitch. I hate that in the last fucking 30, 40 years, every quasi-decent independent movie either has to have a spin-off, a sequel, or a reboot, or a live-action version. Like, can't you guys just, I don't know, cool your jets and come up with a new idea as opposed to, well, we got to cast somebody. And then, like, what is it, the dragon? The one with the fucking dragons? The How to Train Your Dragon. Like, oh, let's take the original that was so great, it spurred, like, what, like 4 movies? And we're going to make it live action. All right, but now we have to change the lead character from a white lady with blue eyes and blonde hair because that's too reminiscent of the actual Viking culture that we're calling these people. And we have to make her a person of color because otherwise it's not fair. Like, if you have to do that shit, just make your own fucking movie. But then, you know what it is? They make those movies. And what happens? They bomb, and we're all horrible pieces of shit. And they're like, well, fuck off. And so, yes, I'm going to say right now, live action How to Train Your Dragon, go fuck yourself. Live action Lilo and Stitch, go fuck yourself. We were fine, and you didn't need to be here. What Fallen said, I clipped it also, LOL, says Sandy Squatch. What Fallen said. Oh. Well, let's play Fallen's clip. This is a clip and not the live feed. Because this is a 6-second clip. Oh, but it's muted. Here, let's do that. Let's do this. And let's do this. I just don't have the ability to push it in and pull it out. I just don't have... See, when you clip it like that, it doesn't sound good, is what I'm saying. Push it in and pull it out. See, right? Yeah, like it's his dick. But no, believe it or not, of my 3 legs... That is still the weirdest part about the internet. Like, the internet shits on me for so much shit, and that's fine. Like, you want to make fun of me for having a bad day and fucking pissing and moaning on camera. More power to you. I did it on screen. That's what this whole game is about. But why do I have, like, again, like, I don't, why are these rumors circulating about my private bits? Fucking, now I got to deal with that. Horrible. Anyways, so thank you for that clip. It's incredibly defamatory. Deflammatory? I don't know. Thanks for that. Where were we? Couple bombarded. Oh yeah, we were gonna see if Trump says a DOJ meeting with Ghislaine Maxwell would be, quote, appropriate. Right. We would all love to see the Justice Department have a meeting with Ghislaine Maxwell, and I'm just going to say on behalf of myself, due to the hinkiness involved with everything that's happened here, this meeting probably should happen live in front of all of America that wants to watch on C-SPAN. Like, I will not accept closed doors, private hearings. No, 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 no. You kissed away all trust for that shit already. Here's what happens. Ghislaine testifies, and we all get to hear it, because a lot of us think you're pulling bullshit on the whole list and Epstein stuff. Johnny has 3 legs, and only his left one is strong. Digger and Stitch, you crying was a work? No, I'm saying I cried. I had a real moment. People can make fun of it. But the internet thinking I have, you know what? It's not important. Jizz in your own lane, Maxwell. I don't trust the Dems, but I insist one Dem be present. No private closed door meetings. Right. I want... Dude, let it be in front of all of the Congress. Like, let her name names in front of us all. And it can be entirely, people can go, well, she's just making it up. Like, whatever. Let her say her piece. And again, say her piece before us all. Because I honestly believe if we let her out of prison and she doesn't get to do that, she won't. What are you saying? Yes. I'm saying if you let her out of prison, because that's, I think, the thing that's hanging them up the most right now is like, look, we could go and take her out. She's the only one. As her lawyer has said, she's an innocent secretary who knows all the names, dates, and places. Look, she's an innocent lady who was just caught at the wrong time, at the wrong place, and she knows all the names and all the dates, and she's been in this since the whole thing began. Wait a minute, which is it? Is she innocent or is she capitulant? I don't know. Anyhow, if she's going to talk, I feel like you can't take her out in prison. It's already too hinky with how it happened before. So get her out where her brakes can suddenly fail, or where she can suddenly, decide to start a shotgun from behind. Whatever might be her problem. Johnny crying is low-hanging fruit. Prefer to go after his walking ability. That's also low-hanging fruit, but I'll give it By the way, Digger still smuggles maple syrup. Thank you, Magic 8-Ball. If what Trump's claims is true, she deserves to be out of prison, says the American. Right. If what the Trump DOJ says is true, she shouldn't be in prison. None of us believe that, and that's been the weird part about this whole thing, is you think if it was, again, if you had a fucking brain, you'd think Trump and the DOJ would be like, look, like we said, we know people don't believe this and they're not happy, but there's no there. We have to let Ghislaine out. But I don't know why Ghislaine is still serving a prison sentence when the Trump Department of Justice is saying there's no list, there's no crime. So why is Ghislaine serving time? And all the people saying that, so far as I know, are shit-eating assholes like me who are going, yeah, man, let Ghislaine go because she didn't do a thing. But we don't believe that. We're just saying that because technically, yeah, that's. But let's see this interview here quick. It's only 21 seconds. Let's hit play.
Mr. President, do you support the Justice Department seeking a new interview with Ghislaine Maxwell, and did you urge the Attorney General to see her?
I don't know anything about it. They're going to what? Meet her?
Your Deputy Attorney General has reached out to Ghislaine Maxwell's attorney asking for a new interview.
Yeah, I don't know about it, but I think it's something that sounds appropriate to do, yeah.
Okay, so that's a very middle of the road thing. I guarantee you, I don't know about it. Yeah, you're following this hook, line, and sinker. When it first happened, he was pushing the Defense Department not to speak to Ghislaine Maxwell. So it's nice to put on that brave face. I don't know anything about it, but I'm sure it'll be fine. Fuck off. Again, I think the Defense Department should meet with Ghislaine Maxwell. I think she should testify in front of people. I think the whole thing should be done out in front of the public. And I think if that were really going to happen, I don't know what to do with myself because I wouldn't believe it at first. Like, if it actually got to happening. Like, because I'm telling you right now, like, I'd pay a fucking pay-per-view fee to watch that C-SPAN interview with Ghislaine Maxwell happening live. I feel like it would be the Henry Cavill Superman thing where the dude goes in his his newfangled wheelchair to talk about the rights and wrongs of justice and the problem with Superman, but it was all Lex Luthor's stunt and the thing's a bomb. Like, that's kind of where I feel like at the minute she starts to speak, boom, something will, like, happen. But we would never hold the country that did it accountable. Why would we? They're our greatest ally. Come on! They sank boats, they helped, or at least allowed the toppling of buildings and then cashed in on it. We can't. Fucking Jesus. Her dad only had 4 former Israeli prime ministers at his funeral. Right, her dad was only a high-level Mossad intelligence agent. I don't know where anyone would think that she was involved with any of this. Jeffrey Epstein himself is just a self-made billionaire who made all his money by doing nothing with nobody, and it just miraculously poofed appeared. No. That's not how that works. I don't know how 8 years ago the idea that Jeffrey Epstein trafficked women to people was accepted as a common fact. And then we started moving things, and then it's, well, they weren't people, they were kids. Okay, that's even worse. He didn't do it alone. He had help with this lady. Like, okay, well, then they both should go under. Well, he didn't stand up to trial because he just decided to off himself. Oh, that's not good. I'd hate to see that camera footage. Well, there isn't any because for 10 whole hours, like, the camera in front of his cell just didn't work. Oh, but we could see the hallway leading to it. Right, but the raw footage got edited twice. All right, so Ghislaine, we don't want her to get out. She trafficked these people. To who? Nobody. Oh. But there was a crime? Oh, yes. What was the crime? The crime was, again, horrible pedophilic shit. And so she's guilty of this. Well, she didn't do it herself. She just arranged for it to happen. So we know who the victims are. Yes, we must protect their identities. Yes, victims are sacred. What about the clients? Oh, not a one. What do you mean not a one? There were no clients. But then who did she traffic the children to? Nobody. But then who did all the child R-ing? Fucking stupid. Johnny, will you start voting in the next election cycle? I've been voting in every election cycle but this last one. You miss one fucking vote. And spoiler alert, fucking good, bad, indifferent. None of the votes I would have picked would have changed anything on the ballots. I wouldn't have voted for a single person, and none of the races that I was paying attention to were close enough where my one vote would have changed anything. All it would be I have a piece of paper. Oh, I don't have. The government would have a piece of paper that they could hold up and say, this is how he felt about this election. But we would still be in this fucking shit pie. So, but yes, Johnny 8 Books, to answer your question, I will be voting in the next election cycle. If nothing else, I've learned from missing one and listening to everyone piss and moan that I'll vote in the next one, and then I'll just be like, but it's Minnesota. That's true, but it does paint the entire picture. Israel is a safe haven for all manner of Jewish Americans. That is an opinion. Look up Space Relations written by Donald Barr, who has links to Epstein. That's a lot to do. We have an hour left in the show, and I don't want to deep dive Epstein. What's the book called, though? Because Brian apparently knows about it, and if he does, I can have him Cliff Note shit for me. What did he say? Johnny voted Superman in the next election. Dude, I hate St. Cloud Superman. I'm gonna be honest. I've met the dude. Worked with him for a little while. I don't, let me say this. I've heard a lot of rumors about him. I don't know what his deal is, but I don't like him as a person. Just in general, it's a vibe I get around him. I don't like him. So I definitely didn't vote Superman. And then if we're talking about the comic book character, I think Superman is one of the lamest, gayest, stupidest comic book characters on the planet. He's a giant male Mary Sue who has only one weakness, this one miraculous substance that's radioactive. And I've got bad news for you. Everybody is weak to radioactive substances. If this kryptonite was so bad that it weakens Superman, it means it melts you or I like a laser beam. Other than that, he is quasi-god level powerful. And it's just, again, stupid. He has magical glasses that hide his face. You mean like a fucking ski mask would? Like anyone could buy a ski mask and wear a ski mask, but instead he has to hold on to his bedazzled glasses so that way when he is out in public, you don't recognize. Why would you make your public persona the one that's fake? Like, I don't... You'd think he'd get the magical goggles to be part of the costume, and nobody can figure out what he looks like as a... No. Ghislaine Maxwell will be provided with a car with a self-driving system to get to the interview. The self-driving system will be a brick on the gas pedal. No, Mussolini div. It's the modern age. They're gonna hook her up with a Tesla. It's a smart car. It's the works. And wouldn't you know, it's gonna either get hacked or have some sort of weird malfunction that makes it go top speed before turning left into the nearest hardest embankment. It's really not an opinion. Israel will not extradite to the U.S. Look it up. It's literally a sanctuary country. Oh, that is scary. Well, I mean, it's somewhat a sanctuary country because I don't think Israel just lets anyone migrate there either. I know they certainly don't let anyone from Palestine or Gaza in that area. Like they really kind of like, no, you have to have a certain, we don't allow outliers. I did write in Ice Cube on a few judicial elections where the incumbents were running unopposed. I'm sure, like, and I got news for you. That means you're gay. It's Ice-T. He said Ice Cube, and you pull a fucking Ice-T reference. What's wrong with you? Anyways, that book sells for $3,500. Really? That's an expensive-ass book. I'm going to see F4. What's F4? You mean 4-H? 4. You're going to see your F4? You have a RAV F4. You're playing bingo. I don't know. Also, Epstein went to Chile in Israel. Went to chill in Israel prior to his joke of a sentence. He had not got the sentence he wanted. He'd still be living there. Kyle, don't Google Israelis attack Christians. I've got bad news for you. Right now, on the world as a whole, and I don't know, like, the numbers of what it means, like, for all the Christians on the planet, blah, blah, blah. But, like, Africa, like, what was it? I think, like, Turkey and shit. There are some places right now where people are flat out murdering Christians. And just as much as I believe people shouldn't be flat out murdering, they shouldn't be murdering these Palestinian Muslims. They shouldn't be murdering them. They shouldn't be murdering Christians in Turkey. They shouldn't be murdering Christians in Africa. They shouldn't be murdering Christians here. I would think overall, if religion is your basis, you shouldn't be murdering. But anyhow, yeah. Mr. Q, Fantastic Four. What about... Oh, Fantastic Four. Do me a favor. Tell me how that is or don't. I don't care. I'm going to say this. I'm not a Pedro Pascal hater. I actually like Pedro Pascal. I think he does great work in a lot of the things he's in. But I am going to say this from what I've seen of it. Fantastic Four can suck a dick. Here's my only problem with Fantastic Four. They recast the guy that they got to play Doctor Strange. They recast the guy, or not Doctor Strange, fuck me. They recast the guy they got to play Doctor Doom in the original Fantastic Four. And Doctor Doom in the original Fantastic Four became the Silver Surfer in the new Fantastic Four. And that actor is now dead. So we won't see the Silver Surfer in the Avengers. Hi, Alucard. How are you? See how it feels? When someone just... All right, here. Let me get my legs up. I've got literally an hour in the show, and you pull this crap now, man. We could have been fine. At this point, the 2028 elections will be 2 Republicans. No. There is a lot of people on the left. Right. There you go, buddy. I can't make the invitation any bigger than that. There you go. Hey, guys, show the cat. I had to get him first. Hey, everybody, it's Al. Oh, he's hitting you, Al. Don't take that. Don't take that. Don't take that from his... Don't take that from him. Yeah, you twitch that ear. Don't let him hit your ear. You good boy. The Aristocrat Cox 2028. Hey, man, it's not a bad idea. Digger saying, hi, Al. Yeah, yes. Queef in the dark. I have 2 lovely kitties. This is the older one. This guy has been with me for... Fuck, we're getting close to 20 years now. What is it? It's going to be coming up on 2025. We're at 18 solid. 18 solid this October. So yeah, 18 solid years with this furry little dickhole, and a couple with his baby sister Tegra. Ivy could drive the Galaxy to school sophomore year. Dude, shit, with no taxes, Johnny could be funded through to 2030. For fuck's sake. Dude, if I had a Ford Galaxy, I would be so happy. Dude, if I had a Ford Galaxy, a 61 Ford Galaxy, Super Cruiser, that would be what I'd be leaving for my daughter. Like, dad's car, driving her, I'd drive her around it. It'd have to be fucking modified for handicap controls. But fucking, dad's kick-ass car, yeah, it would be what she'd be driving to prom in. And not sophomore year. Like, I'm praying I'm alive. Like, Rusty, she doesn't get to drive it until I'm dead. Like, she doesn't get the car until I'm dead. Cats, stop stealing Mersh's bit. No, I've had those cats. Again, I've had that cat for 20 years. And quite frankly, my cats have bits that Mersh's didn't until it became a tripping hazard. Al made his presence known on the show by aggressively f***ing a dog, and that's how he became a show staple. So, and Mersh is not the only one to have cats, and people love their cats. The only good thing about Fantastic Four is Galacticus. Like, I don't know. I haven't seen it. I'm sure I'll eventually see it. I'm in no rush to. I just, I know the looks of the outfits and what I've heard about the movie. I'm just like, oh, I thought, I had a weird glimmer of hope that Deadpool meant we were going to get this shit done with, but apparently not. And it just kind of, sucks donkey balls. All right, I don't want to do that story because that's super depressing and not fun. What do we have here? We have that one, and we have this one. I think we'll go with this. We'll play this dude's clip quick. Let's go here.
Here is...
Oh my God, he's loud. We're going to turn that down a bit. That might be my fault. So we all remember the LA fires, right? The fires that took out huge swaths of... Mersh regularly comes in to one of our Orlando locations. Annoyed Wawa supervisor. Mersh regularly comes into one of our Orlando locations for Maverick cigarettes, Natty Daddies, and minced bologna butts he feeds to those cats. Sad. I didn't know that. Thank you for sharing. Can we get Chris Evans back as Johnny Storm? Nope, he's out. He's out. Jessica Alba in the older Fantastic Four. Yeah, dude, Jessica Alba. I'm gonna say this. I've had a weakness for that lady since Dark Angel. I saw a picture recently that she tweeted out. And my love has not faded. Goddamn gorgeous woman. But I've never met her in person, so maybe she's a cunt. Or not. She's the greatest lady ever. Who knows? I don't know. Let's find out about this. Again, cat hair. This is a problem with paying out. Minnesota cats, or at least Al in particular, I guess, sheds heavy and when He sometimes sheds. Yeah, we covered that. All right, so the LA fires happening in, of course, LA, took out large swaths of people's homes and properties. I wonder, now Trump said he wanted to get things expedited so people in Tennessee could build their homes and stuff like that. How are things going in LA?
The latest insanity over here in the LA fire zones. Squatters are overtaking vacant lots that burned down. Like this one right behind me here. This guy set up a whole campsite and I guess actually went down to the DMV, listed this as his address on his driver's license, and the property owner can't get them off. The police even showed up and they said, we can't do anything about it. It's got to go to the courts. Here's another one right behind me. This is two right across the street from each other, squatters who have overtaken these properties and the homeowners cannot get them off of the site.
I mean, I'm tired of this idea that America is a land where, oh, you can go solve your problems with a gun and the government, like fucking, oh, this horrible injustice with ICE, it's racist. Right, but if they squat, if you're legal to be here, the shit you can get away with is unfucking believable. You strike me as more of an eyes only girl or eyes only guy if I'm being for real. Eyes only. I don't know if I've seen that movie. Fuck that noise, says King Kong Dong. Which noise? The cat up there, this guy in his report right here, or the eyes only reference? There's three different noises we could be talking about right now. Do you want to come back? No, they want you to come back. It's fine. You're allowed to leave and come back. You get more leniency than I do on this program. And it's my show. Come on. Well, come on. I can't make you jump, motherfucker. Like, either get up here or don't. I'm running out of time. You understand? This thing is cyclical. We got a cycle. Let's go. Hey, either we're hopping up and we're calling it a day, or I'm moving on to the next story. What do you want, cat? Ball is in your furry court. Do it or don't. Pick a lane. Either jump or go. Jump or go. Looks like you're picking go. Oh, fuck you. All right. Trespassing, get a gun. Yeah, I don't know, buddy. You forgot the LA part. Squatter assholes. Right? Eyes Only was the male lead on Dark Angel. I'm implying that you are a noted homosexual. Here's where that was the Michael Weatherly character. I wasn't paying attention to him. I was paying attention to Jessica Alba, and I'll be honest, I liked I liked Jensen Ackles' character too. If people vote for a mess, they should learn to live with it, says Mussolini Diff. This happens in a lot more areas than just here, and it's because the system isn't built to deal with squatters. The system isn't built to deal with the ways that the squatters are using it. So it's just literally the court system is too fucking slow to handle this. And laws, you're right, do need to change. But so far as I know, nobody has specifically voted for these squatters' rights with the idea of like, well, just let them squat there. Like, no, it's just, again, the courts are so slow, and then you got to do all the stuff and file all the paperwork. Meanwhile, these people are living free high on the hog, racking up your utility bills, not paying your property taxes, and destroying the place and shitting on it. And when you do get it back, they're out, the place is trashed, you're out a bunch of money, and you got a fixer-upper to deal with. Woot. And this is after these people had these homes and properties burned to the ground by the fires in L.A.
So if you're in Pacific Palisades or Altadena, I'd get some security fencing up right away, or you might lose your property to a vagrant, and the county isn't going to do anything to help you.
Right? It's almost like you guys need to start voting for people who crack down harder on crime in your area. People who want laws like squatters don't have rights. If you're accused of being a squatter and you're very clearly new to the area, you get fucking booted. if we put a kind of priority on squatter cases being handled, I feel like if literally if we started treating squatter cases like big crimes, and you got to do two things. One, you've got to have mandatory long sentences for the people who commit those crimes. You're proven guilty. You go to court proven guilty of being a squatter, like expect to spend 5 years in prison. Like people might start slowing their roll on that. But at least your cats didn't destroy your studio a couple of days ago. Mr. Sheely is in worse shape than you are, Big John. Well, I'm sorry to hear that, Rusty Grammar. I don't, how did they, it's not, cat is old for cats. You talk about Al? He's getting there. Like, he doesn't jump up so well like you saw there. Like, we had to make a wide hole. Thank you for depressing me. But he's fine. Like, I'll hopefully get another year or two with him at least. Who are you looking for now? God. Maybe not. I guess he's going fucking mental. He's got cat dementia. Where is Airbnb. All right, so I'm gonna play this after I read the story a bit. So there's a host who has an Airbnb, and it's a North Carolina Airbnb host. They've gone viral after a guest booked her family farm for a week, but then left and demanded a refund after seeing a Trump sign on the property. The owner is now receiving a wave of 1-star reviews that the poster here says could put her out of business. I'm going to say this before we get into that. I don't think
Airbnb guest.
I don't think there's a real winner in this story for two reasons. One, if you've got a property like this and you're renting it out on Airbnb, if that's your business, I'm not okay with that. That's part of the reason housing prices are so fuck off high, is because what started as a, hey, do you've got a little extra space and you want to maybe make a buck? You can rent out a room, turned into now people and corporations, and they're both bad, buy up houses to turn them over to rent them for Airbnb. It's actually worse than the people who buy and flip houses, because at least in the buy and flip houses scenario, the houses get bought and then someone lives in them. In these situations, these houses get bought for possibly exorbitant prices, and the renters make their money back just by renting it out constantly. Just fucking horrible. If it's actually on Airbnb, you can't review the property unless you have stayed there. This is dumb. No. They got there and then they canceled and demanded a refund. And it's because they saw a Trump sign. Now, that first part is stupid. The people who did it, stupid. But they complained and cried on social media, and now people are flooding this Airbnb host with negative reviews because, again, well, if they're not, well, wait, if it's actually Airbnb. So yeah, wait a minute. He's right. You can't, what you read said the owner was complaining that they were getting review bombed, which is plainly false. Yeah, you're right. I had just realized what you said and I processed it incorrectly the first time. Yeah. All right. Well, let's hear this lie then quick.
So our Airbnb guest got here and canceled within 5 minutes and just left. So there was no way that she could stay somewhere like this because she saw this. And she got in her car and drove away and left until we were sad. So our Airbnb guest got here and canceled within 5 minutes and just left.
So yeah, I want to hear is going viral after a guest booked her family. Where's the story with the original link? How are they I cannot verify the 1-star reviews mentioned above, but Outskirts of Heaven is being hit with a bunch of doesn't recommend ratings on Facebook. Oh, on Facebook. It's an Airbnb. Who gives a fuck what anyone wrote on Facebook? Also, I'm still against the people owning a property on Airbnb. Like, you have this farm property and you're renting that out. I'm not like, yay, that's like, no, that shouldn't be your business. My apologies. I will use smaller words next time. No, it's not you. It's me reading and thinking and doing things. Too much multitasking. A little bit of weed, but not really the weed. It was more, I was fixated on the hosts and the renters specifically, and you were talking about the review bombing from everyone else. And I was like, no, and then, like I said, as I explained my point out loud, I heard how stupid it was. So thank you. Thank you, annoyed Wawa supervisor. We are going for another half hour. We don't have a whole lot else to cover from this because, again, the review bombing is on Facebook. That's not, no offense, I don't know how many people check Facebook if they're booking on Airbnb. I feel like that might. And if you're someone that you booked a house somewhere, but you can't stand to be there because of a Vote Trump Vance sign, that's before the election. And no offense, they didn't win because nobody wanted them. They sold a good game pre-election, and that's how they got in. But, of course, we've got people saying like this, they promote hateful ideology and publicly advertise their love for a hate group. No. It wasn't an LGBT... Lisa K. It wasn't an LGBT flag. It was a Trump flag. See, if you flip it like that, those people will lose their mind. Why? Because how could you say it? Well, I don't know, because look at all the events involving children in that community. What? But, again, if you think saying anyone who has a Vote Trump Vance flag or sign is promoting a hate group, then I've got bad news for you. You're a hate group. Because, again, for no other reason than you saw a sign, you hate it. And that's why you flipped out. But, again, it's on Facebook. Fuck these people. Like I said, there's no innocent person in this story. F the B&B host. You've got what looks like a nice farm, and you rent out a house. I'm sure it's not cheap on your property, and you make extra money on that from everything else you do. No, I don't give a fuck. And then the review bombing it on Facebook, you're all lame and gay. Oh, I don't like Donald Trump. People voted for him. All right? Like, and this is the thing. I didn't vote for Biden. If that could tell you which of the two candidates I voted for. So I didn't like what was happening during the entire Biden administration. I disagreed with his handling of the border, his handling of the economy, his handling of Ukraine, his handling of literally everything. At no point were there rallies for, we didn't elect geriatric emperors. No, it's just because Donald Trump's in office and I hate Orange Man. And they don't like that he's doing some of the stuff he said he would do. In the case of the border, he said he was going to do this. And in the case of the border, lots of people, self-included, like to just hold on a second. Hold on a minute. Let me, oh, fuck me, it feels good. So I said this before. The Biden problem with the border is that to unfuck this clusterfuck burrito, you are going to have to cause damage to the quote-unquote innocent illegal migrants. Because there's so many people, and the door is so wide open, and the bar to entry is so low, even I can step over it. It's not good. And to unfuck that problem... Let me put it to you this way. If you ever walked into a room where the floor needed to be mopped because there was a horrible pile of some whatever, let's say fucking, for lack of a better thing, let's say chocolate sauce. There's a horrible pile of chocolate sauce on the fucking tile floor. You got to mop that shit up. Well, guess what's going to happen first? A whole lot of clean tiles are going to get dirty before the whole thing gets clean. Why? Because to unclusterfuck this thing, you're going to have collateral damage. Replace the Trump sign with the flag of Israel. They can leave 1 star of David reviews. I like that Mussolini div. Or put it to you this way. Replace the replace the Trump sign with a fucking Palestinian sign, and now all of a sudden they're the greatest people in the world. Replace the Trump sign with a sign endorsing, embracing Hamas and hating the IDF, and these people would never say something like, they embrace a hate group and teach a hateful ideology. Look, I can understand how they got there, but if you don't think Hamas is a hate group, you don't understand what a hate group is. But again, the utter demonizing and like, it's something that's so blatantly happened so much. I was actually complicit in it in my younger age when I was a more left-leaning person. I've become more central as time has gone on, and now I've looked at and watched, and I will say the right is constantly demonized to being the fucking aggressor and shit, and the agitator, and the person who's going to pick up arms, and, oh, the dangerous right-wing militia. Notice that once Trump got elected, it was all the lefties burning down Teslas, vandalizing people's property, taking shots at, like, again, it's, at the very least, we could say both sides apparently have some pretty crazy people. Yeah, and once the Biden administration isn't in office anymore, we don't get blue shirt, balaclava-laden, khaki pants wearing, sunglass wearing, right-wing militias popping up every weekend. It's weird. All of the pro-Trump, where are they? You'd think they were doing fucking, they were doing marches every weekend in Michigan and Arkansas and everywhere. Always the new, back then, it was always the new, oh, these groups espousing their love for Trump and how they want Trump to win the election. Yeah, so Trump won the election. Why are literally none of them taking a victory lap? It's almost like they were all paid actors, or in this case, government employees who... Oh. All right, at least your cat... Yeah, we've got that covered. We've got about a half hour here. Let's close the Airbnb story. I'm going to say no to this segment today. We'll check it later, and we'll leave the cat shirt story for a different time because it's not really that big a deal. It's just a fucking fun thing. And maybe Digger wants to talk about it. Did I pull this one up? Oh, yeah. U.S. House Speaker Mike Johnson shuts... U.S. House Speaker Mike Johnson announced an early adjournment to the chamber today, stalling efforts to force the release of documents related to disgraced financier Jeffrey Epstein. The move delays a politically fraught vote on the matter until September amid growing... Why does it... No. If we adjourned early to not vote on this today, we vote on it tomorrow. We pick up where we left off, sir. What the hell do you mean? It's politically, it delays it till September. Jesus fucking Christ. Why do these people get paid so much money? They can literally end where, like, guys, we really want to vote on this Epstein thing. La 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 la, school's out of session. La la, like, what the? No. They bought some new 48 waist pants and got jobs with ICE. Oh! Well, that's good to know. John Metapparel. It's good to know. Trump supporters don't protest much. They have jobs to go to, says Mussolini. Again, like I said, all of the radical groups talking about taking America back and blah, 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 blah. Like, they were all like Nazi flags, salutes, and espousing their love for Trump, like, back before the election. I haven't found a single story about one of these groups just holding a rally saying, Trump's back and we've got the power and blah, like, none of them. They dried up. They up and vanished like a fart in the wind. Like, again, it was to the point where I was finding these news stories every single week, like a year ago. And now there's none. Night and day difference. I wonder what happened between A and B. Because again, it was before the election. It was like, we get to come, we're taking our power back, and right. So again, where did they stopped rallying afterwards? Do they even have meetings anymore? Strange. John Meat Apparel answering my question, going, "What do you have to protest when the guy in office is doing what you want, though? Just logically." Well, again, the way the people were portrayed is they made it sound like Trump was the sign that it's okay for all of us to come out of the woodwork and do this stuff. That's the way they made it seem. They said like voting in Trump will embolden these people, and then they'll again, we heard how they would take over areas and violently, again, other than ICE, no like private citizen militias are rising up to deal with the problems or whatever that they espoused. Like all of that stuff disappeared, and again, we were given the threat that it would keep happening. But you are right, they are getting what they want, what they voted for. But the same people who said that they were going to do this also said that we didn't want that. And that's what we all would have, well, I would have voted for. I'll be honest, I've said it more than once. I would have voted for Trump. Ooh, I really would have made a difference. They only work 93 days per year, 3 sessions each, 1 month and 1 day. Again, these people should make minimum fucking wage. They do so much it needs to be one or the other. Either as a civil servant in these, you make minimum wage and you're allowed to do your inside wheeling and dealings, or you get your base wage and all of your fucking insider trading shit is capital punishment. But good luck seeing that happen. We've got all that covered. So, yeah, F the fucking Speaker of the House. The move to delay will take this out till September. Earlier on Tuesday, the U.S. Justice Department requested a meeting with Maxwell to ask, what do you know? What do you mean to ask what? And she's been in jail this whole time, and we've never discussed what she knows. Maxwell's legal team told the BBC that they were in discussions with the government, and she would, quote, always testify truthfully. Right, nobody's ever really, look, she'll tell you whatever you fucking want. She'll lie her ass off. Like, that'd be honest if you said that, but I don't think you're gonna. The House is expected to reconvene in September when the usual summer break ends. Guys, we need like a month and a half off from all the stress of not doing anything every day. Fucking bullshit. All right. There we go. Boop, 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 boop. We're not going to talk about the surrogate baby story, and we're not going to do that one. So we'll just load our 3rd hour stuff. I don't think I need to really mention it to this crowd. I know a lot of people are like, "Oh, you're begging for money" with the GoFundMe thing on the video. I guess they didn't check when the GoFundMe got started, but we made it a long time ago to just help with the cost of moving and or using to fucking get like a chairlift if we have to, if we can't find some place to live. Update on that, we've messaged realtors now, so we're talking to realtors. But if you want to help out or any of that stuff, you can go over to this. Here, there we go. Boop. You can go over to this website, and I'm going to share the link. There's a cripple who needs a crib. And so again, if you want to help, and you don't have to, if you just want to share it, that's helpful. If you want to throw a buck or two on there, that's helpful. If you want to tell me to fuck off and go about your business, it's your prerogative. I'm doing this music for one person, just so we're clear. She might not even be listening. All he wants is a place to stay. Bless you for helping him on his way. There's a cripple. All right, so there we go. Anyways, there you go. The GoFundMe link there for you if you guys want that. Let's grab our 3rd hour stories. We've got a half hour to chew through some of this stuff. We've got a story about tomato farmers. We've got a story about a military jet. We may get to Mudang. And I don't want to do the inside return thing. I want to do that tomorrow. I want to go through that tomorrow. Oh, dear Lord. Oh, that's right. I got a couple of animal videos. Mr. Q, you always love those. I got a couple animal videos that we can pad out the back end of the show with if that's not enough. All right, so we're going to get to this one first. Bangladeshi Air Force jet crashed into a school, and apparently 19 people have perished and dozens are injured. I didn't even know Bangladesh rated having an Air Force, but the Bangladeshi Air Force jet falling out of the sky, maybe I'm a racist asshole. That's entirely possible. But where, like, this fire extinguisher looks out of place. Like, you guys had a jet fighter? Again, that's horrible. Of all the places to land, a school. School's out because the plane crashed. Oh dear, and it was packed. School and college campus. Oh dear Lord. You know what? We're gonna go ahead and switch off of that video. It's the end of the show. That's a little heavy. I hope the injured people recover well. Yeah, you know what? That's sad. I don't really want to keep going with that. I thought about putting in effort. Now I need a vacation, preferably right before a natural disaster. The Scorpion helicopter thing, yeah, Mr. Cute, no. And also with me, wait, Bangladesh has an Air Force? They had at least one, and they don't anymore. They were doing Israeli flight trade. Oh, no. Los Federales saying, Johnny, how close are you to the goal, brother? Well, you know what? We're 45 away from tomorrow. If you want to bang out tomorrow for us, that would be awesome. PayPal, Venmo, YouTube, super chats. You got avenues. We'd say thank you. It'd be awesome, and we would just knock it all forward. Since you paid for it, I thought I should let you know the golf hole thing still happening this Sunday, so far as I know. I have paid for and arranged for how shall we say, some meat samples to be delivered. I got a cat hair in my mouth. So yeah, we'll be doing that bit. And you won't be there, obviously, I don't think, but it is happening. So that is Smarts Bangladesh. Yeah, dude, it's a little, unless you're talking about the GoFundMe goal, we're at 50% on that right now. Let me check. 45. I was wrong. Close. 45%. But just being out there, getting a little bit of traction, it's making little people doing little bits, and that's the whole idea. Because either this will work, and I'll have a place, and we're set. Worst case scenario, I have a chairlift, and I never need to be ambulance evac'd again. And yeah, but yeah, we'll keep an eye on that. I'll check it right now, and then we'll check it at the end of the show. I don't know. He never really promised to do anything to help the goal. He just asked where it was at. So I could be the dick in that scenario. Or at least the ass for assuming. Watch where we go. Watch a dude walk away from a high-speed motorcycle crash during a police chase in LA. So we have this one that we'll go to. Oh, it's a 41-second story, and they're going to talk about it. Okay. Definitely talk about it. I've rode motorcycles. Sable Antelope. Johnny going all the way. No, it's definitely not Sable Antelope. Digger, Johnny will be selling definitely not Sable Antelope meats on Hole 1 this weekend. No. I will be selling definitely not Sable Antelope samples. It is not even sample. Definitely not Sable Antelope meat. Sticks. That will be at Hole 1. 1 for $1, like 6 for $5 kind of deal. I'll have to, like I said, get some Dixie cups or something, so if they have like 5. I'm already planning to have tongs and all food. I've worked in enough kitchens to be food safe about this so I'll just like boom, boom, maybe you have plastic gloves. I'll go fucking lunch lady on this shit. People are like, oh, what, you just have plastic gloves around? Yeah, anybody who's regularly made bread has either latex or plastic lunch lady gloves handy. You don't want to fucking mix bread by hand. I mean, you can, but then you've got two problems. You get little pieces of bread dough all in your fucking hand. And if you're me and you're a furry fuck, you get pieces of hair in the fucking bread dough. Gross. Put on some fucking gloves. Be a goddamn man. Knead that dough and fucking get in there, work that shit, and then fucking cook it. Do it right. Yes, definitely not sable antelope sticks. Yeah, that sounds way better, Johnny. What are you saying, Digger? What are you saying? The worst part, it's you, of all the people, to be held up by Digger for going, you know, that kind of sounds a little iffy and makes you kind of, right. Sounds like you're selling dicks. No, I'm not. All right, so 144 miles per hour. Hot damn. I fancied motorcycles when I was younger. Got to play with them a little bit before the whole thing went to shit. Miss riding bikes like you wouldn't believe. And if I ever have the money, maybe I'll get one of those, maybe I'll get a hand-controlled, like, fucking hammerhead, like two front, one rear, like, trike bike kind of deal, but we'll see. Also, guys, Al was here earlier. We got Tegra now. We got our beautiful kitten, the kitten of the hour, little itty bitty Tegra. So how close are you to the new house? The new house school, our goal. The new house goal. The new house goal. Flatline, won't accept another dime over 10 grand. I don't think we'll ever hit that. As for the 3 grand bottom line goal, we're about 45% of the way. And that guarantees in any place that I'm looking at that I have like my first and last month's rent paid and maybe some moving expenses covered. So we just kind of go in and do the whole thing. I'm looking at a place, I think, on Monday, the 28th. Isn't Monday the 28th? I thought the 28th was. I think I'm looking at a place on Monday. It's not perfect for everything, but it works where it's at. We're also pursuing all avenues up to and including how hard is it to get a visa and move the fuck to Canada, because I don't want to move away from my daughter. It's not the plan in any way, shape, or form, but medical bills and health and shit is why we're where we're at. So there's advantages in different situations. I've ridden motorcycles for 35 plus years. I'm not dead yet. Right, and if my legs worked, I'd be having a different conversation with you right now, the American century. But that's why I don't ride bikes. My balance is shit and I can't stand. At least not without assistance. And we're going to watch this guy, who God decided not to bless with multiple sclerosis, walk away from what would normally be an organ donor situation. Because if he's going to hit a crash at 144 miles per hour, asshole's got an angel on him somewhere.
Tonight at 11 with breaking news, a CHP pursuit with a motorcyclist ends in Long Beach with a
oh dear Lord!
Crash. The bike going upwards of 140 miles an hour.
Again, he walks away, so let's play that again.
News, a CHP pursuit with a motorcyclist ends.
Of all the places for the tree to get in the way. Oh my God. How did that happen? Again, guys, start seeing motorcyclists.
Motorcyclist ends in Long Beach with.
He clipped the fucking car.
A spectacular crash. The bike going upwards of 140 miles an hour before that rider is tossed in a hail of sparks. The exclusive video caught only by Air 7 tonight. I'm Jory Rand.
I'm Sophie Flay. The chase started near
Shut up.
Freeway. The motorcyclist was wanted for speeding and tried getting away. The pursuit then went to the 405, where the bike started to reach dangerous speeds, eventually clipping a car and crashed in what looked like a fatal accident. But the motorcyclist miraculously survived and walked it off, even ran. CHP caught up and took them in.
He even ran. You're not going to. Why? Why are you going to run? You're not going to get away. They're going to find the bike, probably figure out who you are. Organ donor, there wouldn't be intact organs left. I think the car might have bumped him, says Digger. I've hit 137 on an R1. Right. It's a very, very excessively fast speed. I have a question, the American Century. Were you on an open road doing this, or were you on a closed course? Because there are two vast differences between that. One, You're trusting that this road, and American roads are not this trustworthy. You're trusting that this road is going to be safe enough to keep them speeds moving. 2, there's no seatbelt. There's no roll cage. There's no abrupt impact crumple zone absorption. The bike is a solid lump of metal because the idea being if you lay it down and it dies, you're probably right behind it. I-95 north of Miami. All right, can I get a date and time? I want to report. That's fucking dangerous. I salute you. I'm not saying it's some fucking cool as shit. Don't get me wrong. If I could ride a bike and do 137, I would be so happy. But I just, in general, say that that's, again, them's excessive speeds. Where are you going to go when you've wiped out on that one? If you're lucky enough to be able to stand, take the ticket. Pope Elmo the First. I had a Vulcan 1800. Would recommend. Several times circa 1999 at approximately 3 a.m. I like that oh shit, it's 4:20. I like that I did the bit and he leaned in just to make me eat it. Fucking hilarious. All right, here we go. 4:20. Happy 4:20. Happy 420. We've knocked out our goals for today's show. We're $45 away from tomorrow. Holy Lord. $45 away from tomorrow. Don't talk on the exhale. And we'll check Twitch with that later today or tomorrow, as well as check the Venmo and the PayPal before we sign off. I got a BMW Funuro 650. 650. Yeah. I know that a lot of people are probably going to be like, oh, fucking basic bitch. I fell in love with Bugattis. The fucking Bugatti. Screw you. Ducatis. I fell in love with Ducatis. You know what it is? I wanted to say Ducati, but my brain started going Bukkake. 2 totally different things. I fell in love with Ducati motorcycles, Italian motorcycles. Because of the movie Fled, I started paying attention to them. The Ducati Monster Dark is just a classic bike. Like, it's just a solid bike. I wanted one of those. I was going to get one. But I always wanted to be able to eventually earn, and again, fucking because of the movie Fled with Lawrence Fishburne and Stephen Baldwin, I really wanted a 996. I wanted here's the thing. The Ducati 996 in its classic paint job is the perfect combo of red and white. It's very much a bike that, like, if you wanted to make one that popped out to me, there you are. And damn, I wanted one. But Ducati was freaking expensive. Dude, is, and there's a reason, they're really fucking nice. What is it? Buell, I think, is the low end bike where you want to go now. I don't know. I know BMW makes the odd motorcycle, but I don't think they're anything to write home about. And plus, fucking why BMW bike? I know, like, the Honda Cruisers, like, a lot of people like those. I always felt like you got too much weight on the back end and everything else, and you got that second seat. And back when I was into bikes, I was kind of a solo operator, so I didn't have need for a passenger seat. I always thought I once had promise from a guy that I used to know because he was part of the motorcycle club that was always hanging out at the strip club. I once had promised to ride in the sidecar. We never did that. I consider it a lost opportunity. All right, is that the end of the story?
Into custody.
Yeah, that's the end of the story. Dude survived a 144 mile per hour fucking high speed collision. Lived to tell the tale. Still tried to run from the cops. I mean, unless you're gonna pick up all the pieces of the bike, I don't think that's gonna work. All right, so we've got a thing about Pete Buttigieg's Department of Transportation, but I think we'll save that for tomorrow with our lovely Lady Digger as well. I'm going to save this Moo Deng story for tomorrow with our lovely Lady Digger. We're instead going to enjoy a couple of animal videos with you guys, a couple of fun animal videos. A first one, a dog discovering a tornado forming. This is the superhero the Midwest needs. Oh, there's no audio? That's a shame. No, you don't let it. There you go, buddy. No, you don't let this happen. No, it's trying to... Dude, I'll say this. Mother Nature is not giving it up easy, but dog is not having it. We're not... No, we're not doing this. One more time, Fido. Boom. There you go, Lassie. Stop it. Good boy. So there we go. I went from motocross to crotch rockets to Triumph cruisers to finally I have a Harley. I do admit, like, I'm not big for the cruiser bike, but I will say Fat Boy Classic always looked sexy as fuck to me. Like like that bike fucks. Like when I saw it, I was like, oh, that bike fucks. I've seen one in real life. I like it. But like the Vincent Black Shadow, like big fronts, like I don't like those. I don't like the big windscreens. I like tight bike, hugging the bike, feeling like you're hanging on. Wanted to try the Dodge like V8 bike or whatever, where it's just the big long fucking motorcycle. Jay Leno referred to the Dodge Viper bike because he's driven one. Surprise, spoiler alert. He's ridden one. He referred to the Dodge Viper bike as, quote, square. It's like square dancing with a fat chick. It takes a little bit of work to figure it out, and you might not want your friends to see you doing it. But once you get the hang of it, it's pretty fucking fun. I don't think he said fucking. Toto isn't leaving for Oz. Not today, says Mr. Q. Boss Hoss, says the American. I don't think I know that one. Is that one of the, like a modified version of one of the bikes I was talking about? I'm not like the world's most affluent bike person. A solo operator, just like your love life, says Lab Glass. Oh, no, I have repeatedly had intercourse-like events with women, one of which resulting in procreation, and if I may, I am attempting to import a new source of poon. I don't know how that helps. All right, let's go to this one quick. Here's another quick hitter video. This is, again, some fun animal stuff just because we're unwinding for the day. I'm not going to unpack something heavy. We're not going to do big stories. I don't want a bike with that much power, says American. I like in my young, youthful stupidity, I wanted a bike with fucking Viper bike power. I wanted a Viper bike. In fact, you know what? Fuck it. We'll save the other animal videos for tomorrow as well. Let's take this last couple minutes. Let's look up Viper bike. Dodge Viper bike. Dodge Viper bike. Dodge Viper bike. This is the motorcycle I went, yeah, baby. I want one of these. The Dodge Tomahawk. It's a four-wheel Viper V10 powered concept. This is the Millar Viper 8000cc Viper V10 Custom. This is probably the only bike you can get right now because, again, the Dodge Tomahawk never became a thing. Let's, all right, I don't know that I have 12 minutes. Show me a real one. I don't care about your Instagram.
Hey guys, so today we have part 2 of my V10 engine series, where we take a look at some of the coolest Chrysler vehicles with the Viper V10 engine. Now in part 1 I looked at 4 different vehicles. Chrysler Vice President of Advanced Design at the time. He wanted to...
This is the only fucking Viper V10 I want. And I'm going to be clear. I want this Viper V10, and I want to modify it to look like Cloud's bike from Final Fantasy Advent Children. I want it to look like Cloud Strife's bike. So let's Let's do this and look up Cloud Strife Spike. Cloud Strife Bike. Boop. Cloud Strife Bike. Where are we? Let's, there we go. There's my baby. I want to see, there we go. Can we open image in new tab? Does it show us a good picture? Nope. It's a horrible thumb screen. Fuck. Close that one. Open image in new tab. Yeah, so I want that Viper V10. I want it to look like this motorcycle. It would have pretty much the kind of the size, but it'd be too long is probably the problem. But this one has sword holders that go on here. I'm a giant nerd is what I'm saying. I'm a giant nerd. It's the Bat Bike from Batman Returns. It's not bad. Having ridden in a Viper, I can almost guarantee that bike is loud as fuck. Oh, the American Century. Loud as fuck, insanely powerful. The engine is so heavy that it doesn't pull up onto its rear wheels very easily. But it still kind of pops up a little bit if you just gas it, according to what I've heard. And again, Jay Leno said the quote that made me love it the most. The Dodge Tomahawk, riding the Dodge Tomahawk is like square dancing with a fat chick. It's a little awkward. It takes a little getting used to. And you probably don't want your friends to see you doing it. But after you get the hang of it, it's a lot of fun. And then I was like, you know what? Sold. I want one. I'll never, ever be able to ride that motorcycle. I don't have the control ability. I have no midsection, and my legs only operate in straight, and they can't even go limp anymore. It's actively keeping them straight and whatever the fuck they want to do. Those are the two modes we have. It sucks. I'm going to be at the anniversary show this weekend and the golf tournament this Sunday. I hope you guys will all join us. We're going to be back tomorrow at 1 p.m. Central Standard Time to hang out with our lovely Lady Digger. So please do join us. And what else is there? I think that's it, right? Like, yeah, the show, we did things, everybody's stuff. We've been Johnny. You've been an audience. We've got some interesting things to talk about tomorrow. We're going to do a little bit of a deep dive on a video that I've got to break down and get timestamps for between today and tomorrow. So we're going to do all of that. I'm going to stay here at home where it's nice and cool and comfy, probably hang out with my daughter, take a chill break, and see you guys tomorrow. So thank you for all the support. We're already into tomorrow's show. We've been Johnny. You've been an audience. You've heard all that. You know what I should probably do is probably just play the song thing and just go.
Hey world, what should we do? All the jokes have become the news.